work year-round. Just going out there knowing that we won't give up and we'll give 100% no matter what the scoreboard says. It's a pretty cool environment to play in.
It's a long-lasting tradition. Obviously, Jackson's been good for a long time, but it's not just we were good then, we were good now. It's guys have set the path for us to follow, and every day it's about digging new roads and building the tradition of Jackson.
We're kind of just looking to be the best team that we can be. It's really just repetition. Coming out here and practicing with the team.
We've been lifting 3 days a week, heavy dose of sprinting, trying to get faster, more explosive. Kids have done a really nice job training. Defensively graduated a lot, but we have the names and the bodies. It's just about getting the kids in the right spot. Obviously, we're excited to get to it, but got a lot of work still to go.
We've really shifted from focusing on a strength-oriented team to being how powerful can we be, how strong, fast, physical can we be. I think it's really put dividends into our work.
When you don't feel like it, we come put the work in anyway. Like Coach Nesbitt always tells the team, today plus today plus today, so we just try to have that mentality.
Coach Nesbitt holds us to a higher standard. It pushes us to be the best that we can be, and I think it all just kind of rises by itself.
He wants to see us do the best. He wants us to push us and get us to be better and be better outside of football, just be a good young men.
It's been successful long before me. It's been successful with many different head coaches. It's a program of custom success, so I'm just another phase of a long history of success. So we're constantly evolving, looking at how we do things, trying to grow, and until we're winning that last one, we're not there yet. So.
Coach is a very good guy, and he will put himself in your shoes and realize as an athlete what we're going through.
He's always keeping us in check. When he can tell somebody's kind of loafing, he'll immediately get on us and probably won't ever do that day.
Coach Nesbitt's big thing, I think, is train for every game like it's a state game. No opponent is different in preparation. So it's every week is a new week, every day is a new day. Stack those days and you make your year.
He'd definitely say I'm hard-headed, but he'd also say that I'm a very type A person. I'm straight to it and get my stuff done.
I hope he would say I'm a team-oriented player, I try to work as hard as I can and do everything I need to do for the team to succeed first before me.
I would hope they'd say I love them, first and foremost. I'm straight shooter, honest. Sometimes that works well for me. Sometimes it can cut a little bit. I'm passionate about what we're doing. What we're doing is far more important than just winning and losing. There's a bigger game that we're playing in terms of developing people, developing men, and developing leaders. I hope they can see that.
I'd like to see us where we were last year, if not farther. I think we have the capability of doing it too. Us as a team this year, we've gotten closer as brothers and friends, and I think that will play a big role on the field.
Hopefully we can just make it to state and win state. I mean, that's how I feel like every team wants to be, and I feel like we want it more than a lot of people.
Hopefully we can come off of an undefeated season. We're going to try to be the best team we can possibly be. If we can do that, then that would be a pretty good season.
Truly, we just want to be how good a football team can we be? Are we playing at the level that this team's capable of being? Yeah, we'd love to say state championship or thereabouts, but truly it's just reaching our potential, playing as well as we're capable of.
1, 2, 3, color.
It means a lot. It means a lot, especially where we were when I first came in here. So it means a lot seeing our progression and the way everybody is handling everything.
Man, I love the competition. The competition in practice is what I like. To be real honest about it, I think I enjoy practices more than I do the games.
It means a lot. There's a guy we knew, Terry Kitchen. He talks about these colors, and I know him personally and representing him well and whatnot. It's very important to me. These colors are important. The school, I mean, I've always been a Tiger my whole life, and just growing up, going to Cape has been great.
To play for Central, it means to be the best that I can be, to have my foot on the gas pedal every single time I'm on the field. Coach always says, every time you put your hand down, you got to whoop someone's butt. You gotta be the best one out there. You gotta make sure everybody's getting it every play, 100%.
What I love most about the game is the atmosphere that it contains and the sudden rush of adrenaline you get when you step on the field, brotherhood that comes with it.
Well, I think you got to develop relationships. You develop relationships with kids. You develop relationships with coaches. And, in today's world, that doesn't just start when they're sophomores, juniors. You got to start, at that freshman level.
Always excited to see Jackson again, even if it isn't the best game. It's always fun to go out there. Little rivalry.
Jackson, try to get our get back. A lot of us have been saying that this is our year, so.
Always Jackson. I think this is our best chance in the year to do it, and especially since it's my senior year, I'd like to get a little get back on them from my last year before I head out.
Coach speak, but we're worried about playing that first game, and then when we play that first game, that second game, and everything is geared towards playing better and getting better and learning every week. So we're able to play in week 13, 14, and hopefully 15. And, a lot of luck involved, but at the end of the day, that's how we'll proceed with things. And I honestly don't look at one being more important than the other, really don't.
But, even making it out of districts is also awesome. It's a surreal feeling winning and everything like that. Getting hardware in the trophy case is the best feeling.
Making the semis the last 2 years and dropping right there, it's kind of bugged us a little bit, so I think this is our best year to make it to that final spot. And if we make it to that final spot, I'll be the happiest man on earth.
Good evening and welcome to another Friday night under the lights for high school football here on Aycorp Sports. Tonight, we're coming to you from Tiger Stadium on the campus of Central High School in Cape Girardeau, where the Tigers are set to tangle with their inter-county rivals, the Jackson Indians. Alongside my broadcast partner for this evening, Corey Sisk, I'm Jim Riker, and we are ready to bring you this Senior Conference North and Cape Girardeau County battle.
Absolutely, Jim. When the schedule came out and we at Aycorp Sports started looking at games to broadcast, this one jumped off to the screen. We have never been part of this football rivalry, and we wanted to have this opportunity. If you watch the encroachment episodes previewing the Cape Central Tigers, these players from Cape also had the game circled on their schedule. They come in here with a record of 5-0, having outscored their opponents 229 points and only allowing 22 points on defense. That's through the first 5 games. Jackson, on the other hand, they come in 3-2 record with tough losses to maybe the best team in the state, being Cardinal Ritter, to start the season, and a very good team out of Edwardsville, Illinois, in week 3. They're coming off a big win against the Poplar Bluff Mules last week, and they'll be ready for everything these Tigers can throw at them. And believe me, it's going to be a lot. The Tigers needed more motivation. They've been on the losing end of this game the last 8 times, with their last win coming in September of 2015.
Yeah, so this is a rivalry. I was telling Corey off the air, I graduated from Cape Central, and back when I was in school, our football team wasn't the greatest, but the Jackson game always is a close game. When Central, no matter which team is the better team that year, it's always a good game, close game, and something interesting will happen. Last week, Coach Kent Gibbs got his 200th win, career win, which is a huge milestone, and we were talking, he's probably a guy who's headed for the Hall of Fame someday.
I'm surprised he's not already there. I don't know what the credentials are for that or requirements, but Coach Kent Gibbs is definitely probably one of the best football coaches in the state of Missouri and probably the history. He did a lot with Hayti program,
right.
Did a lot with the Sykeston program.
Absolutely.
And he's doing a lot with this Cape Central program.
We have an almost capacity crowd here at Cape Central, and they continue to file in a little bit. When you look at Central, you've got to start off with the running backs, the thunder and lightning of Ziari Thomas and Keyshawn Boyd. They just have got fantastic statistics.
Yeah, let's see. Boyd for Cape Central, he's coming in 67 carries for 616 yards. He's averaging 9.2 yards a carry with 11 touchdowns. Thomas, 29 attempts, 29 carries, 503 yards, 17.3 yards a carry with 5 touchdowns. Thomas is also one of their leading receivers. He's got 10 receptions, 278 yards. He's averaging 27.8 yards per catch, and he's got 6 receiving touchdowns.
If memory serves me, Central has scored opening on their first possession every game this season so far. So, that's something they have gotten into now. So what happens if they don't score in the first one of the night? How does that affect their psyche a little bit?
I think, like you and I were talking off the air before we came on, I think the games, whether Jackson's better, Cape's better, it doesn't matter what year. I think it's going to be the battle of if Jackson comes out and gets a big defensive stop and then turns around and scores on them. Cape's in unfamiliar territory so far this season, so how are they going to respond to that? Are they going to respond like Dexter, for instance, last week? They hadn't been down all year, got down, they kept fighting and regained the lead and eventually won the ball game. Will Cape Central do that if they get down early?
Yeah, that's certainly the question mark, I think. For the Jackson Indians, offensively, their quarterback, Drew Parsons, leads them. He's thrown the ball around pretty well this season. He's 49-91 for 574 with 4 TDs. And his top rusher is Jalen Hampton, who's a sophomore. And I know the big thing last year was with Hampton as a freshman, he carried the mail for Jackson, and that's just unheard of in a Class 6 school.
Yeah, like you mentioned, he's a sophomore, 523, 8 yards a carry, 8 touchdowns. This kid's got plenty of room to improve, and his stats for a sophomore at a Class 6 is very impressive.
And he's not real big, 5'7", 165. I mean, that is not by any matter of means a big running back, especially once you get to Class 5 and 6. But he obviously he carries the goods pretty well. Also, Zach Crump is back there. He's a little more of a fullback kind of guy, 5'10", 215. He's had some good stats. But the thing that I think gets overlooked more than anything, Corey, is maybe the Cape Central defense.
Yes, their defense is, they've only allowed 22 points all season. That's through 5 games. So they're they're only giving up about 4 points, 4.8 points a game is what they're giving up through the first 5 games of the season. So their defense, less than a touchdown is all they're really allowing on average. That defense is phenomenal.
Yeah, it really has been. So the captains are out in the middle of the field, and these teams know each other well. Coach Nesbitt's only his second year, I believe, at Jackson, but they know what the other one's gonna throw at them. There's no question about that. It's just going to be who executes the best on a given night. It is Mateo Rivers and Joe Kuntz. It is Cole Geezer and Gavin Pittman, the quarterback's brother, who is an outside linebacker. And those are the captains for the Cape Central Tigers. Looks like for Jackson, it's Jesse Keller. It is number 63, Bryson Wessel, maybe. See if I can pick up the other numbers there. I'm sure it's probably Drew Parsons in there, maybe, and or Zach Crump, one of the two in there. So these guys, as we said, know each other, and this is the game. I'm just going to tell you from being from Cape originally, any football player on either team that tells you this is just another game, that's not true.
I pulled in the parking lot at 5:20 this evening, and there was a line already started to come in, and as we got a helicopter landing.
I believe it's going to probably bring the game ball in
to
maybe.
Our north end zone.
Yeah. So, this is not another game. You don't get the kind of crowd. The far side of the field, the Jackson, those stands are full. This side of the field is full with Cape Central orange and black. Cape Central will receive to start the football game. So Jackson will go on defense first, and that's been sort of the question mark for Jackson. They can put some points up, but they've allowed 31 points a game. Now, granted, the competition Jackson's played has been better than Cape Central's. There's no question about it.
They've played definitely a stricter and tougher schedule.
No question about it. But we are just about set to go here as we get a game ball in, and we will be ready to ready to rumble, but it's rumbling right
It's
here
rumbling
with
right
the helicopter coming in. But just should be a dandy matchup. There are other good matchups around the area tonight. We'll try to keep you up to date on those. And also, just real quick, we've got some action for you next week in volleyball here on Aycorp Sports. That's going to be Monday night. Will be at Portageville when they host Clarkton, each team with only 4 losses. Then on Tuesday, a Tri-County Conference matchup between Risco and North Pemiscot. And then Friday night, we'll be coming to you from Scott City, where the Rams will be hosting the Charleston Blue Jays in a Class 2 matchup, which should be a good one. But no bigger than this. You know, it's so much fun. We do these smaller schools. This is big boy football here.
This is it. This is probably the biggest game Aycorp has done as far as when you think about your class sizes of your schools and stuff like that. I mean, this is our Super Bowl, Jim.
Right. This is a great setting,
Yeah.
and hopefully it will produce as good a game as you saw here on Aycorp Saturday with the Dexter Southern Boone game, which was a fantastic football game. So let's hope this one is just as good as that one was. Looks like going deep for the Tigers will be Clemens. One spot back there. Also, I believe Thomas is back there, the big running back for the Tigers, and we are set to go here. Jackson and Cape Central. Jackson in white, Cape Central in their black and orange. Kick is deep into the end zone and will be down there, and the Tigers will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20. Great leg by the kicker right there.
Yeah, I didn't catch his number.
Yeah, I didn't either, and they don't have a kicker listed technically in their program, so we'll get that next time they kick off. So 1st and 10 for the Tigers, just underway here. Declan Pittman, the quarterback, senior quarterback for the Tigers, will lead them out. As we mentioned, they'll have Thomas and Boyd with them, in the backfield. That's Thomas split right and Boyd left. Flank behind Pittman, a wide receiver right and left for the Tigers. That goes off. Great defensive effort right off the back by the Indians. A tackle of about a 4-yard loss there. That's going to be first one out of there is number 40. That is Boyd Langsford, a junior for the Indians. So a loss of about 2 on that, 2nd and 12.
Looks like he came right up the middle there and just got him right in the backfield. And this is what we were kind of talking about. If Jackson gets a big defensive stop here this far in and scores the first strike, Cape Central, we're going to see what they're about when they can battle back.
Boyd in the backfield. Thomas and 2 wide receivers to the left. Screen pass, read perfectly, but he comes the opposite way. If he can get a block, he's got some room. He's to the 30, he's to the 40, 45, 50, 40. He's going to go all the way. Zyari Thomas with an 82-yard touchdown reception on the second play from offense.
And in the words of our broadcast partner, Bobby Alford, give him 6.
Give him 6. And they score big every first possession of the season, and they do it right there. Thomas, we see right off the bat the speed he's got off of that screen. Took it and great read, Corey, that he was blocked in on one side, brought it back to the other side, and took it to the house.
And he actually shucked the tackle there about the 50. Just kind of shucked him off a little bit with his speed, and to the house he went.
Joey Charlton, a sophomore kicker for the Tigers, set to attempt the extra point. Kick is down, up, and it is no good, wide left. So, little mistake for the Tigers there, but they lead 6-0 with only 52 seconds gone in the ball game. We'll take a break and be back here on Aycorp Sports. We are back. Cape Central with an 82-yard screen pass touchdown to Zyari Thomas takes a 6-0 lead here on the Indians to start this ball game. Charlton will tee it up for the Tigers. And the crowd buzzing from that big run.
And they have every right to be, because that was a huge return.
Charlton, nice kick down. It's going to be fielded at about the 1. Picked up. Tees to the 10, 15, 20, right sideline, and then going to be brought down there at about the 22-yard line. Over there, one of the kids in on the tackle, Paul Tran. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Indians from their own 23. Drew Parsons, the 6-foot, 175-pound junior, will bring the Indians out. Looks like they're going to start with an empty backfield. 2 wide right, 1 left. Or 2 left, 1 right. Hampton, the running back, up on the right side, along with Kai Crow, who's their leading receiver.
Brockmeyer. Was that Turley? Evan Turley?
I believe that is right.
Down to your left, or the bottom half of your screen.
Jackson trying to answer back quickly here on the Tigers. Now Hampton goes in the backfield. He gets the football, takes it up, and is going to pick up about 5 on that. So it'll bring up 2nd down and 5. They brought him back into the backfield. Quick offense here for the Indians. Parsons takes the snap, gives it again to Hampton. He's going to be drugged down there. I believe that is Malachi Smoot on the tackle, and it'll bring up a 3rd down for the Indians.
About 2. Gain of about 2.
3rd and 3. Both runs by Hampton so far. Hampton with it. It's going to be hit and going to be brought down. And I believe, boy, it's going to be close, but I believe he's going to be maybe a half a yard or so short. We'll see, though.
Looks like they're going to have him just a little bit short. Official George Bays maybe calling for a measurement.
Yeah, do you have who the officials? We didn't get to talk about that.
Yeah, so we mentioned Coach Kent Gibbs being a, when you think of football coaches in the area, think of Kent Gibbs. When you think of officials in the area, George Bays. Over 40 years of officiating. Umpires Jamie Ivey, Lance Amix, the back judge. Head linesman Jim Mills, and Denver Stuckey would be your line judge.
That is Kai Crow from his wide receiver spot on the carry on a sweep. Jet sweep, he picks up about 5 on that, as they did give the Indians the 1st down on the last play. So 2nd down and about 5. Quick set once again for the Indians. Hampton in motion. Screen pass out to the left side. He's to the 40 and across the 40 to about the 43 maybe. We'll see if they give him a 1st down or not. That's Evan Turley.
Evan Turley, 1st down.
Yeah, the sophomore. Good completion there by Drew Parsons, and Jackson on the move. Parsons goes back to pass. He's looking deep. He's got some pressure. He's flushed out of the pocket, trying to get back up to the middle of the field. Not much there, and he's going to be sacked for about a 5-yard loss there. The Tigers' initial pressure in there, I believe, by number 52, which is or 51, Sean Shelton, I believe, but a loss of about 5 on that as they were looking to go deep.
Malachi Smoot got back there too. Yeah. Parsons took a sack and for a loss, but his visual, it could have been a lot worse. I mean, they had him on the 30, and he kind of snuck that out.
Screen, good read there. One man, and he's down to the 50, inside the 50 into Central Territory at the 49-yard line. The receiver there was Zach Crump, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 3 for the Indians. And we're going to have a timeout on the field, an official's timeout, looks like. Maybe, we got a player down on the far side of the field. So we're going to tell you what, we're going to take a 30-second break while they work on this young man, and we will be back here in 30 seconds on Aycorp Sports. We are back at Cape Central High School. Central with a 6-0 lead, 8:42 to go in the 1st quarter. We've got an injured Tiger on the field, so they're attending to him on the far side of the field. Jackson Corey has moved the ball very well. They started at their own 23 and a couple of runs, and then obviously Drew Parsons has shown he can throw the football a little bit.
Yeah, those little screen passes, little dump passes. That no-huddle offense is working very well for Jackson right now. They've moved the ball very well, I thought. And as I was going back to that sack that Parsons took, they actually had him at the 30, and they came from his blind side, so he actually heard him and kind of looked and then made something. I mean, he lost some yardage, but it could have been, further back than what he was. So he's actually playing very well. I feel like he's very calm. He's making smart decisions, smart throws. Jackson, this no-huddle offense seems to be working very well, and Coach Nesbitt's probably going to stay with it until they find the end zone.
And I would say that Parsons also, did not throw into the coverage. The coverage created that sack, and he could have thrown, he could have panicked and thrown into coverage, but just decided, I'll take the sack. We'll try to get it back in the next 2 plays and see what we can do. And they've brought themselves now to a 3rd down and about 3 or so.
About 3, yeah. So he went from second and about 20 to now 3rd and 3. So he's done very well at getting the ball back down the right direction of the field.
Malachi Smoot, the injured Tiger, he is one of their leading tacklers, so that could be a loss for him as he walks slowly off the field. And we come up with a 3rd down and 3 for the Indians just inside Tiger territory at the 49. Hopefully that young man will be okay and be able to get back here.
He's been in the backfield a couple times tonight already for Cape.
3rd down and 3. Parsons in the backfield. He has Crump back there with him right now. Move Blackman to the right side. They give it off to Crump. He's going to carry it far enough. I believe that'll be it's going to be close. Be close to that first down. They've about 3 times now gotten just to the first down marker, and it's going to be 4th and inches. It looks like.
Short, yeah. It's like Coach Nesbitt may be going to go for this here. As well as they've moved the football, Jim, I would go for it.
Absolutely. Parsons looks to the sideline. Takes it, hands it off. Stopped in the backfield. It's going to be a turnover on downs. Big defensive play by the Tigers. Number 34 comes out of there. That is Jonathan Williams, a junior, as part of that sack. And it's going to bring up a 1st and 10 for Cape Central at their own 48. And that's a big play early on,
Corey.
Corey.
Check out this instant replay here. He just hands it off. Looked like he kind of handed it off, tried to get them to go, and then Cape didn't read that, or didn't fall for that, and just kept their eyes right on Parsons.
Max Pardon also in there on the tackle. So Central with great field position at their own 48. 1st and 10, they lead 6-0 with 8:11 to go here in the first. Pittman in the backfield. Takes the snap, rolls to his right. Downfield, wide open receiver. It's incomplete, just in and out of the hands of the receiver there. I believe that was Boyd, Keyshawn Boyd on that, so it'll bring up a 2nd down and 10.
That was a great coverage, too. He was open, but once Jackson kind of read that, he had a man open, they had time to get over there before the ball actually got in his fingertips, and he kind of helped with that, with the deflection there just a little bit to cause the incompletion.
The play fake did a nice job of holding the linebackers in to let him get open, but just couldn't hold on to it. So 2nd and 10 from the 48. Oh, we've got a penalty on the play, and it's going to be a illegal receiver downfield. Was that what that was, Corey?
Yeah, it looks like a little, maybe a lineman came up a little bit too far out of that 4 or 5 yard zone there that they give them.
So 5-yard penalty will be 1st and 15 for the Tigers. Pittman takes the snap, hands it to Boyd. He kicks outside, kicks strong young man, but he gets brought down there by 2 or 3 of the Indians. In particular, that's number 6, Gavin Aspall, and he'll be a loss, and he'll bring up 2nd down at about 16. So far, the Indians have done a nice job against the run of the Tigers.
Yeah, and you can tell they're playing just a little bit more on guard this series, the defensive series, after that last 82-yard touchdown pass. So they're really getting back in the backfield. It seems like a little bit quicker this time.
Boyd in the backfield with Pittman. Takes the snap, keeps it himself. He's going to cut upfield. He's to the 50 and across the 50 to about the 48-yard line. So manageable now. It'll be 3rd down and about 6 or so or 7 for the Tigers.
It's a nice little play fake there and kind of drew Jackson towards the running back, and then he just keeps it and goes right up for a gain of about
8 or 10 or so, yeah.
About 10. They got stopped for a loss pretty far back there.
Well, you know that Jackson's going to key on Boyd, so Pittman probably going to have to handle the football a little bit. They've got Thomas to the left side. Pittman tries to run here. He's going to be brought down at about the 46. So to bring up 4th down now for the Tigers, Coach Gibbs will have to decide whether to go for it on 4th and about 4 or try to punt it and pin Jackson down deep in their own territory. It looks like the punting team's going to come on. So good defensive stand there by the Indians, and that will force the Tigers to punt. And I believe that's number 81 that is punting, and we don't have an 81 on our roster, so I apologize to that young man and his parents right off the bat. Snap is pretty good. The kick is up. It's a low line drive, is returnable if they want to. They will. He's at the 15 and knocked out of bounds at about the 16-yard line.
Turley.
Yeah, Evan Turley with the return, the sophomore. And it'll be 1st and 10 right there at the 16-yard line for the Indians. Their second possession of the night. The first one ended in a turnover on downs.
And if I'm the Indians, Coach Nesbitt, I'm going to come out and do exactly what I did the first series. It worked for them up until, the 4th down stop there. But that no-huddle offense, it worked. The little dump passes, the screen passes, the run, it all seemed to work for them.
Hampton in the backfield. Parsons rolls right. He's got a receiver open. It's caught. He's at the 40. He bounces off and then steps out of bounds. So coverage out there, and that he was wide open on that pass play.
That number 85. We've got Camden Brockmeyer.
Yeah, Brockmeyer out there with the catch. Big first down. Good pass by Parsons, and 1st and 10 for the Indians. Snap goes off to Hampton. He's up the middle to the 45, to the 50. He's inside the 50 and back inside Tiger territory at the 48-yard line for another first down for the Indians. Jalen Hampton, the 5'7" sophomore, with a nice first down run of 12 yards. Parsons takes the snap, looks right side to Turley. He's going to try to make a move. He does make one, then he's brought down quickly by Joseph Hamlin, and he'll bring up 2nd down and approximately 3. The Indians moving quickly here on offense.
Yeah, that no huddle. Turley kind of got out there that time. Little outside screen.
Parsons gives it off to Hampton. He jukes a little bit, cuts upside, runs hard for being the size he is, picks up about 5, and there's a flag down on the field.
Looks like he's going to get a face mask against Cape Central.
Yeah, I believe that's probably going to be correct on that, and it is a face mask. And I'll move the ball closer to the Tiger goal, or the Tiger goal line.
Do they call a 5 or a 15?
Well, there's the question, I think. Yep.
Looks like they're going to be
just
5.
a 5-yarder, yeah. And I think it was inadvertent, really, on that. So, but it will give the Indians another first down. They'll be 1st and 10 inside the Cape Central 30-yard line. Man in motion. They fake. Parsons wide out, and this dropped. Dropped out there by Kai Crow, so bring up 2nd down and 10.
We haven't seen, that's the first drop pass I think we've seen, and we're 4:53 left in the first, so that's the first drop pass from Jackson.
Yeah, he's thrown the ball. Parsons has thrown the ball very well so far. Parsons looks to the sidelines. He looks back. He's going to keep it himself. He goes right up the middle. He's to the 20. He's inside the 20 to the 15 to the 10. Tries to cut and is cut down there at the 10-yard line. Brought down by number 34, Jonathan Williams. But a 1st and goal, I believe, inside the 10-yard line for the Indians. Parsons gives it off to Crump. He cuts it back inside. Gets down to about the 4-yard line and maybe the 3. And will bring up a 2nd and goal. Zach Crump with the carry. He comes off, and Hampton comes back in.
Jackson can top it off in the end zone here.
Parsons gives it to Hampton. He goes right up the middle and is...
They're going to call him just short.
Just short. Going to be at the 1-foot line. They're going to bring a big package in on 3rd down and goal from the 1, and those kids were ready to good job of Nesbitt coaching there as those kids were ready to hop right in the ball game.
He's doing a very good job, and he's got the no huddle offense down he's probably got it down better than one of the best coaches I've seen in it.
And touchdown Indians. Into the end zone goes Crump. Zach Crump with the touchdown, and we are tied at 6. Good drive by the Indians. An 84-yard drive started back at the 16. Crump finishes it off on a 1-yard run, and it's 6-6.
And Jackson has an opportunity here, Jim, to do something that Cape's not had done to him all year.
Be
take
behind.
The lead.
Yeah, that's exactly
take the
right.
Lead.
Kai Crow to kick. The kick is up, and it is
good.
So the Jackson Indians take a lead. 3:54 to go in the first. It's Jackson 7, Cape Central 6. We'll be back in 30 seconds. We are back at Cape Central High School. Jackson has taken a 7-6 lead here on a touchdown run by Zach Crump to finish up an 86-yard drive. Kai Crow to kick off for the Indians. First one was into the end zone. We'll see what happens here. Another good long kick, going to be deep. Wow, nice leg, and that'll be Cape Central starting from their own 20-yard line. That's a nice weapon to have.
Yeah, you won't see kickers a whole lot anymore at all, and to see a kid kick it almost out the back of the end zone like that, that's very impressive.
So 7-6, Cape Central will take over. Scored on their first drive on a 83-yard, I believe it was, screen pass, but second drive had to punt as Jackson held them. So we'll see here what Coach Gibbs draws up on the third possession of the night. Pittman's going to have Boyd and Thomas in the backfield with him. Off to Boyd. Nope. Declan Pittman keeps it himself and gets out to about the 23, so pick up about 3 on the play. I think Coach Gibbs knows that Jackson is really focusing on both Boyd and Thomas, so he's hoping that Pittman can pick up and loosen some things up a little bit.
Yeah, I think you're right, Jim.
Jason.
That's about the second or third time we've seen Pittman do that.
Spaeth checks in at a wide receiver spot. Boyd and Thomas again in the backfield. Boyd on the right, Thomas on the left of your screen. To Boyd up the middle. He's to the 27. He's up past the 31-yard. He's the muscle of that running game, and he picks up the first down for the Tigers. First and 10 from the 31.
A team's fortunate enough to have a good running back, but very few teams are fortunate enough to have 2 good running backs.
Absolutely right. Pittman, you've got now Thomas checks back into the backfield on the right side. Boyd to the left of Pittman. They give it off to Thomas. He's going to try to get outside. He does get outside into the 36, a pickup of about 5 on that play, and he's brought down there by number 6. That is Gavin Aspall of the Indians. So second down and about 6. .220 to go here in the first quarter. It's moving along quickly. Been a good game. Both teams with nice long drives. 2 wide receiver split right for the Tigers. Pittman with Boyd and Thomas in the backfield. Calls out the signals. He takes it right side. He's going to try to pitch. They take the pitch away. He keeps it himself. He's past the 45 to the 47 and a first down for the Tigers.
Nice option read there. He read that the pitch wasn't there, kept it himself, picked up big yardage.
Brought down by Boyd Langford of the Indians. So first and 10 at the 48 of the Tigers. This drive started back on the 20 after the touchback on the kickoff.
I think they were so focused on Boyd out there that they forgot that Pittman had some legs too.
Thomas split to the right. Boyd in the backfield with him. Thomas goes in motion. Pittman keeps it himself. He's going to be brought down for just about no gain. Well,
No,
Going to get about 2.
He handed it off.
Oh, did he? Did Thomas get it?
Yeah,
Oh, did he? Did Thomas get it?
Yeah, he gave it to Thomas right up the middle there.
Yeah, so Thomas with a pickup of about 2 on the play, so 2nd down and 8. Central's finding it hard to run right up the gut.
That was about 2 yards, but that was 2 hard-earned yards because Jackson was all over it.
Jackson plays a 3-4 defense, 3 linemen. Now they bring up a linebacker to the line of scrimmage. Minute to go here in the first quarter. Pittman going to cut it back upfield. He gets to the 45. Going to have a flag. Fumble on the play. Another flag comes in, I believe. Fumble on the play. It's going to be Jackson's football, but let's see what the penalties are.
I believe the penalty is going to be on Jackson, maybe. Face mask there in the middle.
See what the call is going to be because this is a big call early in the ball game.
It's a huge call.
And the call is going to be a holding on the
Cape
Tigers.
Central.
That's declined.
Jackson ball.
Jackson football on the fumble by Pittman. So Jackson takes over 1st and 10 on their own 42-yard line.
The holding must have been somewhere way upfield. The way that flag came in there, I was thinking a face mask in the middle of that huddle there. That side judge kind of threw the flag in there.
Parsons in the backfield, calling the plays out. He puts Hampton in motion. He's going to look deep. He's going to go deep. Coverage is pretty good. Overthrown, incomplete.
He had a lot of time there. I credit Jackson's offensive lineman for that. They gave him all the time in the world, just a little bit overthrown, but nonetheless, great route running.
Yeah, good route running. That was intended for Turley down there. Good coverage, though, by the Tigers. Single coverage, but good coverage by the Tigers. And I'm going to have a holding call, I believe, on the Indians. So that'll move them back 10, and we'll bring up a 1st and 20 for Jackson. So both teams with holding calls here, but the fumble on the holding call for Central was declined, of course, as they took the football. Parsons in the backfield. He's got 3 wide receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Puts Hampton in motion. Little screen out. Caught very well read by the Tigers that time. That ball was caught by Kai Crow, but the Tiger defense, really nice job there of reading that, sort of led by Cole Geyser, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and about 18.
Yeah, Crow did a good job, I felt like, getting what he could.
Parsons rolls to the right. He's got a receiver out there. It's caught, but he has to go to the ground to catch it. That's Turley, his primary receiver tonight. They're going to bring up 3rd down, and we'll call it about 13 with 9 seconds to go in the quarter. May not get another play off here before the end of the quarter. And I don't believe we're going to, so we're at the end of 1, and it is Jackson 7, Cape Central 6. We'll be back in about 30 seconds here on Aycorp Sports.
What First State Community Bank means to me is, it says it in its name, community.
We're family, we care about one another, whether it's in our SEMO markets or we can reach out to someone in Farmington, Columbia. They're always there to assist.
We are very customer focused. Our employees do a great job with listening to the customers.
The tellers know 100% of all customers by their name.
If you want to feel at home, then walk into the doors of First State Community Bank.
We're back at Cape Central High School. It's the big rivalry game between the Jackson Indians and the Cape Central Tigers. And at the end of 1 quarter, Jackson's got the better of it, 7-6. Central, of course, comes in 5-0 and have lost 8 straight to the Indians. I'm Jim Riker alongside Corey Sisk. Corey's trying to find us some scores of other games around the region. Got anything?
We got Valley Catholic over St. Genevieve in the first quarter, 19-0. Looks like Jefferson's leading Perryville, second quarter, 14-7. I don't have a score for the Scott City, Crothersville, or the New Madrid and Kennett. I don't have a score for the Dexter and Kelly game. Also, the Eastbury and TDW Prep. That game was forfeited. Forfeit win for Eastbury, so they will advance to 4-2 on the season.
3rd down, Parsons with plenty of time. And now the pocket collapses. He's going to run with it. He gets it out, though, finds a man wide open at the 40, to the 35, and out of bounds. Turley at about the 30-yard line. Great job by Drew Parsons of keeping that play alive.
Drew Parsons Cape Central came back, almost had him in what they thought was a sack. Drew Parsons just kind of made a little duck play underneath it, hit Turley out in the middle. Great field vision and great job by Drew Parsons.
Kai Crow goes in the backfield with Parsons. Crow gets it. He cuts to the 30. Inside, now to the 25, to the 20. Inside the 20 to the 15, to the 12-yard line. Finally brought down by the Tiger defense, and it'll be a 1st and 10 inside the 20 in the red zone for the Indians.
Jackson is moving the ball very well, and has since I thought the first drive. I thought it didn't end like they wanted it to, but I thought they moved the ball very well, and they're continuing to move it very well.
Parsons takes the snap, gives it off to Hampton. Ball's loose, it's on the ground, and it's going to be still loose. Flag comes in as well, I believe. Central recovers. Let's see what the flag's all about. Came way back from the back judge. So we'll see what it, I believe it was a flag. Maybe it was it was the marker for the fumble, wasn't it?
Yes. Fumble marker. Number 52 for Cape Central. I don't think we have that young man. I thought it was number 52.
Maybe it was 62. Max Parton. I made that same mistake a while ago. I think maybe that's who it was. But Central has it 1st and 10 on their own 16. Jackson with the fumble there to turn it over. They've turned it over once on downs, once on a fumble. So Coach Nesbitt can't be real excited about that probably.
That fumble, hopefully it doesn't, but it may come back, and they're going to wish they had that ball back.
On the 14, 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Boyd in the backfield with Pittman. They've been able to stop Boyd so far pretty much. Pittman looks to pass. Pocket falls apart a little bit. He rolls to his right. He gets rid of it downfield, and it's short, incomplete. Just threw it away. Good decision there by Pittman. Will bring up 2nd down and 10. I think Cape Central is much more comfortable running the football than they are passing it, it appears.
Yeah, and they've had a little bit more success on the ground than they have in the air tonight with Jackson, but I think you're right. I think they're more comfortable running it.
So 2nd and 10 for the Tigers as they regroup in the huddle. Pittman will bring them out. He'll bring Thomas to the left side, Boyd in the backfield with him. Also Sean Sims there at the wide receiver spot. Pittman takes a snap, gives it off to Boyd. He cuts to the 20, to the 25, to the 27. Going to be short of the 1st down by about 2, so to bring up 2nd down and a long one or short 2 or 3rd down, and a long one or short 2 for the Tigers.
Jackson is making Cape earn every yard they get tonight.
Yeah, this is certainly, as we mentioned, this is probably the best team that Cape Central has seen all season, no question. So Pittman on a 3rd and 2 brings the Tigers to the line. Boyd in the backfield with him. Moves him in motion. Give it back to Boyd. He's going to be hit at the line. He's going to be short of the 1st down. Jackson's defense with a great job there. It's going to be 4th and about 2 from the 23. No gain for the Tigers.
And you would almost say that Coach Kent Gibbs is going to punt it here.
Well, you would sure think this deep, and he will.
They get a deep, the way Jackson's defense has been playing, you're almost going to have to punt that.
4th and 1, and right now the Jackson defensive line is controlling this football game. They are not letting the Tigers get anything going offensively whatsoever. Central will kick from deep in their own territory. Punter's at about his 10. And we're going to have a flag on the play. I would assume it'll be procedure on the Tigers, but we will see. And it will be. It'll move them back 5. Turley is back deep for the Indians to receive. He'll be inside the Tiger territory right now, standing there to receive. So, 4th and about 8. Just under 10 minutes to go before halftime. Pressure on, good punt. Well, sort of short, but high. It's going to bounce at about the 40-yard line, maybe get a little roll for the Tigers. Get to about the 45 of their own 45. So Jackson will start in Cape Central territory at their 45-yard line. And really, Jackson has, to me, has controlled the pace of play so far, Corey.
I think they have offensively and defensively controlled the game. They had a little mishap with the fumble there at the end, towards the end of their drive. But, Jim, other than that, I think they've moved the ball very well, and I think they're controlling the game on both sides of the ball.
Parsons in the backfield, empty backfield for him. He puts Hampton in motion. He gives it to Hampton. He gets to good defensive play over there. That is Let's see who comes out of there.
51.
That is number 51. That is Sean Shelton, one of their leading tacklers for just a very short gain. So second and about 9.5. Hampton in the backfield with Parsons. Parsons goes back to pass. Screen pass to Hampton. He's brought down. Good open field tackle right there. That is number 4, I believe, which is Malachi Johnson, a sophomore. So third down and about 7 for the Indians.
Malachi Johnson, very good coverage on his part, very good read, way to stay on the defender.
Parsons with the empty backfield for the Indians. 3 wide right, 2 wide left. Takes the snap, drops back, no pressure. Ball is thrown, and it is caught by the Indians. That is a catch by Kai Crow right down at the ground. Good catch. First down for Jackson, and every time they need that first down, it seems like Drew Parsons has found the way to get it done. Running back with the football, and that is
Crow.
I thought it was Crow that crumped that time. So he'll pick up about 6 on the play, bring up second down and about 4. Jackson continues to move the football in this no-huddle offense. Parsons in the backfield. Pass into the corner of the end zone. It is overthrown, incomplete, but a flag comes in. It's going to be pass interference on the Tigers. Yes, absolutely. I'm not sure how catchable it was, but
doesn't matter in high school ball.
Is that right?
Yeah,
okay.
There's no such thing as an uncatchable pass.
Okay, so it will be a pass interference on the Tigers. We'll move it down, and it'll be a first down for the Indians.
I don't know if he got a little jersey tug maybe on that.
Yeah, pass interference. You can hear the Cape Central fans in front of us are not very excited about that, but
not happy about it.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we're a long way away, but I believe that was a good call, and it'll bring up a first down for the Indians, and they'll move it in down to about the Tiger 10-yard line.
Now that white hat, George Bay's out there, he's probably refereeing games when a lot of these fans out here
before they were born.
He was probably refereeing some of their games when they were in high school. He's been doing this a long time.
Crump in the backfield with Parsons. Crump gets it. He cuts it back upfield. He's down to the 5 and then brought down there by the lineman. That is 60, I believe maybe Nunley on that tackle. And we've got a Tiger down. So we're going to take a break here, I believe. Jackson leads 7-6, 7:59 to go here in the first half. We'll take a quick break and be back in 30 seconds on Aycorp Sports.
Thank you. Thank you for letting us be a part of your family and for trusting us with the ones you love the most. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of those lifelong memories. Thank you for taking us on the job and for putting us to work. Thank you for choosing us for your first vehicle and for every vehicle after. Thank you for trusting us for 70 years.
We're back at Cape Central High School. Jackson leads Cape Central 7-6, 7:59 to go here before halftime. A couple other scores from around the area. Dexter with a 14-0 lead over Kelly. And Crothersville at the end of the first quarter leads Scott City 7-0. And see if we've got anything else going on.
Got an update on Valley and St. John. Valley 25-0 first quarter.
That Valley's just a juggernaut, man. Farmington with a 14-0 lead over Union. I don't see anything yet on the Sykeston Poplar Bluff game. Portageville 20-0 over Malden in the first period. Now I'm guessing that Portageville is probably playing a little angry tonight.
You know, one upset loss, and then Charleston. You and I talked before before going on the air. That game, those games last week, that. Really, it was anybody's game to win or lose with the way the weather was. Portageville coming off a loss at Scott City, and then it goes to Charleston and loses. Coming off 2 losses, so yeah, they're playing pretty angry tonight. They're going to show their fans just what kind of team they've been the last couple of years.
Joseph Hamlin, the injured Tiger, helped off the field. Parsons taking the snap, gives it off left side to Crump. He's got room to run. He is in for 6. So Jackson with the nice drive after the punt, 48-yard drive for a touchdown, and Jackson takes the 13-6 lead.
Crump I believe he scored the first touchdown for Jackson as well.
That's right. He's a
bullies his way into that end zone.
Yeah, he really does.
He fights for everything he can get.
5'10", 215. He's sort of a bowling ball runner, but he sure gets it done. Crow to attempt the extra point. Try to go up 14-6. Snap is good. Kick is down. It is up, and it is good. So the Indians have a 8-point lead right now on the Tigers. They lead 14-6 here at Cape Central. Central will receive the kickoff after we come back in 30 seconds on Aycorp Sports.
The best things in life never change. They just get better, like Hardee's Original Bag. Back and better than ever. Just $6.99. Mix and match any 2 full-size favorites. A juicy charbroiled double cheeseburger, melty hot ham and cheese sandwich, or crispy hand-breaded chicken tender wrap. Any 2 plus fries and a drink, all just $6.99. Hardee's Original Bag, loaded with handcrafted goodness. It's the greatest meal deal for your buck.
Back at Cape Central High School, the Jackson Indians, the Class 6 school, leads the Cape Central Tigers, the undefeated Class 5 school, 14-6 here with 7:49 to go. Jim Riker and Corey Sisk, 7:49 to go in the first half. And Corey, the Tigers are going to make some adjustments on offense on that offensive line.
Tigers are in unfamiliar territory right now with Jackson, and you're right, they're going to make some big adjustments to try to get back in this ball game.
Crows kick, once again, about 4 yards deep in the end zone, so it'll be a touchback. The Tigers, every kickoff so far, they've had to start at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, he's got a foot on him. Crow, that kid, he can kick. They ought to back him up to like the 20.
There you go. And that's really kept one of their threats, Zyara Thomas, from being able to take any kickoff returns, back. So that's a big deal. So 1st and 10, Pittman will bring the Tigers out. He'll have Boyd in the backfield. 2 wide receivers right, 2 left for the Tigers. Jackson with that 3-man front has sort of controlled the line of scrimmage so far. Pittman goes right side. It's complete to Thomas. He tries to cut up field. Good coverage. He is wrapped up quickly, about a 4-yard pickup that time for the Tigers. But even one of the linemen there, number 74, Cameron Caldwell, out for the Indians. And you look down the Indian roster, they have a ton of sophomores.
They do. They're sophomore heavy, and most of them are getting playing time out here.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of playing time. You're exactly right. And you sort of understand why maybe they lost the first 2 of 3 games, because besides good competition, those kids are just trying to figure out high school football.
That's right.
Pittman puts Thomas in motion. He cuts back now, going to give it off to Boyd. No, Pittman's going to keep it himself, and he's going to get up to about the 29, just short of the first down, so 3rd and 1. And Central has not been very successful in these short yardage situations.
They're not, and Jackson's looking to get their 3rd defensive stop here, 4th defensive stop.
So Pittman with the carry, 3rd and 1. You would assume Boyd would see it here, but they've done a good job, Jackson has, of stopping him.
Boyd and Thomas, they have been all over.
Linebackers are about 5 yards from the line of scrimmage for the Indians. Both Boyd and Thomas in the backfield. They give it off to Boyd. He's going to run and get the first down. He's across the 30 to the 32-yard line. But by golly, he is having to gain every yard he gets tonight.
Jackson has, you can really tell that they're in practice this week. They've really focused on Boyd and Thomas. And sometimes they're forgetting that Pittman has some legs too, but they're starting to kind of adjust to him a little bit. But nonetheless, anytime Boyd or Thompson touches that football, you're going to have a swarm of Indians all over them.
So Boyd and Thomas together in the backfield behind Pittman. Once again, 2 wide receivers to the right. Tight end to the right as well. They get off to Boyd this time, once again up the middle, and this time he bulls his way up for about 5 yards or so as Jackson brings in 3 fresh players. So 2nd down, and we'll call it 5. 2nd and 10, and this is what Central does. They like to run that football, but Jackson has made that tough here in the first half.
Yeah, Central, they really haven't found their niche on the ground yet.
Haven't been able to get Thomas outside except for the big touchdown catch,
touchdown, yeah.
but haven't been able to get him outside on the run at all. Pittman gives it off to Thomas. He tries to get outside. He does get there now a little bit, and it gets up for a first down to the 44-yard line.
One thing I'm going to say about Thomas, it does not take him very long to get a lot of speed.
No, it does not. You're exactly right. He went backwards in the backfield at first, and I thought, ooh, that's going to be a problem, but he's quick enough to get around that corner.
So once his shoulders get parallel from one another, they're gone. I mean, it does not take him long to gain a bunch of speed.
So 1st and 10 for Cape Central at their own 44. I think this is a big drive for Central, too, to end the first half to try to get some points on the board. They will kick off to start the second half. Thomas goes in motion. And we're going to have a flag on the play. And, no, not a delay of game. Must have been a motion penalty.
Illegal motion, maybe.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I can think. They went and
yeah, procedure on Cape Central. So it'll bring up 1st and 15. And when you're struggling to pick up some yardage, Corey, that's a put yourself in a 1st and 15 is a tough spot.
Yeah, you're right. They've kind of struggled a little bit, and then you're fighting for every yard you can get. You don't want to give away yards, and that's just what they did with that penalty. They gave away yards.
Carter Armstrong flanked out here left, as is Thomas. And Thomas is going to get a procedure penalty there. So it's going to be 1st and 20 now with very little time coming off the clock. Oh, Coach Gibbs is already white-haired, and it's probably a good thing after a couple of plays like that.
He is not happy.
No, he would not be at all. So 1st and 20 now for the Tigers, and the only good news out of that is it's still 1st down, so you've got 3 downs to try to pick up the 20 yards.
Yeah, you maybe get a long pass, go for a long pass here or something, see if you can get something open to kind of make up for that.
Thomas and Boyd in the backfield, flanking Pittman. Takes it, gives it off to Thomas. He tries to cut outside. He picks up about 6 or 7 there. Going to mark it at about the 40, so he's going to pick up about 6 yards on that, bring up 2nd and 14. Went to the short side of the field that time and picked up a little bit, but he's really not been able to use that speed the way that Central would like for him to.
No, and as I said earlier, Jackson's really keying in on Thomas and Boyd. So it may be time to pull something else out of that arsenal and maybe try to go for a deep pass, throw it off, throw something off. You're going to have to do something here. Jackson gets another stop and scores. You're going in a 2-touchdown lead before halftime.
We're going to have a timeout maybe. Let's see what it is. Yeah, timeout, and by the Tigers here. 14-6 to go with 3:46 to go before halftime. Timeout for the Cape Central Tigers. We'll take a 30-second break and be back here on Aycorp Sports.
Senator Jason Bean is proud to represent Southeast Missouri and the Boot Heel in the Missouri Senate. High school football is a positive avenue for our student athletes to build character, compete, and grow. Senator Jason Bean wishes all our student athletes and coaches a successful season.
Mathis Funeral Home of Dexter and Bernie strives to provide their community with the accommodations and services needed to relieve your family during times of loss. For more information, give them a call and see how Mathis Funeral Home can help meet your expectations in celebrating your loved ones.
We're back at Cape Central High School. The Cape County rivalry, Jackson and Cape Central. Jackson leads right now 14-6, 3:46 to go before halftime. Central with the football 2nd and 14 from their own 40-yard line. Jim Riker and Corey Sisk alongside. And the tone of the game so far, the name of the game has been Jackson's offensive and defensive line play.
Jackson is hungry to keep that streak alive, and they've came out and really showed it. They gave up that big play, big explosive 82-yard play there at the first drive of the game. But other than that, Jim, after that, it's like they've got their number, and they're playing great defense, and Cape is struggling to get anything going with them.
So 2nd and 14, Pittman with Thomas and Boyd behind him. Thomas goes in motion. They give it off to Boyd right up the middle. He's hit at the line of scrimmage and going to be brought down after just about a 3-yard pickup or so. So it's going to bring up 3rd down now and about 11. And now if you're Jackson, you might think about, if not this, and somebody does take a timeout, I believe it's going to be, is it going to be the Indians maybe? I was going to say you might think about it because if you have to punt, you still got 3 minutes, and the way Parsons thrown that football around tonight.
And the way Jackson has moved it offensively, I mean, in the air and on the ground.
Absolutely
That's plenty of time for them to score.
Reagan McDowell is the defensive coordinator for the Jackson Indians, and he's got to be thrilled with the way his unit has played so far.
He has done a great job with those kids in practice this week.
We did mention, though, it's funny when you start looking at Class 6 schools versus what we typically see, Class 2 and Class 3, the number of coaches. I think, what do we say, 21 altogether for Jackson with all being said, with the trainers and the whole bit. So
we see schools that field 19, 20 kids.
Right.
Players.
Right.
And you might have a head coach and an assistant coach, and if you're lucky, you got an offensive coordinator. But other than that, 21 coaches. Kudos to them. You can definitely tell that there's a lot of coaches on that staff doing, and they're all different positions, and you can tell that individual coaches can work with individual positions, and just kudos to Jackson for doing that.
And that makes a huge difference. That you could, when the individual time you get to spend with your linemen or your linebackers or whatever, that as opposed to just a whole unit, it makes a big difference. 3rd down and 11 for the Tigers. Pittman in the backfield with Boyd. Thomas, one of the wide receivers to the left. Pittman goes back to pass. He's going to be swamped and going to be sacked back there at the 35-yard line. The offensive line just collapsed around the quarterback, and Jackson with the sack, and it'll be a punting situation for the Tigers.
Coach Kent Gibbs scratching his head on this one, trying to figure out what he can do differently to get something going for Cape Central's offense.
Pittman coming through 5 games, they've only thrown the ball 27 times, so that's like 5 times a game. The passing game is not their bread and butter, no question. And I think Jackson's going to try to force them to do that.
I think you're right.
Central to punt. Snap is good. The punt is a low line drive. It's going to bounce, going to carry down to and go out of bounds at about the 34, I believe, of the Jackson inning. So they'll have 251, and they are 66 yards away from the end zone. So 1st and 10. And I think one thing that we're seeing from Cape Central, which they probably have not had a big issue with up to this point, is their punting game's not very strong.
It's not very strong.
Especially for a Class 5 school.
That's right. But they might not have had a lot of practice with it all year either. I mean, putting up 229 points in 5 games.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
You're not punting the ball a whole lot.
It's not been an issue for you because you haven't had to. That's exactly right. So we're going to have Drew Parsons, who's had a very nice first half so far, throwing the football. He's the quarterback. He'll be in the backfield. Jackson has been in a hurry-up offense all night. Lots of room here. Look, the defensive back is 15 yards off of Evan Turley, who's been the primary receiver so far tonight for the Indians.
He's very quick. That 15 yards is a lot of yards when you got somebody as quick as Evan Turley.
Snap handed off to Hampton. He goes up the left side. He's going to pick up 9, 10, 15, 20, and finally run out of bounds at their own 49-yard line. So a pick up of 14 on the play, or 15 on the play, so 1st and 10 for the Indians.
He is very elusive.
He really is.
He can get in there, evasive. I mean, he is.
Hampton once again cuts it back outside. He's got room to run. He's going to pick up another 9 or so, and that Jackson sideline is fired up right now. Going to be a 2nd down and maybe 2, so a pickup of about 8 there on the play. Parsons takes snap once again to Hampton. He's going to be hit this time at the line of scrimmage, knocked back, and will not get the first down. So it's going to make up a 3rd and about 1 with 2:29 to go here in the first half. Jackson with 2 timeouts left, as does Cape Central. 3rd and a short.
See if they rely on Hampton to get them the first down here.
Snap handed off, cut outside, and he's hit behind the line of scrimmage. Going to be dropped at the 44. Big tackle for loss there by the Indians. That was Crump that time on the carry. He got brought down, and it will bring up 4th down and about 4.
All right, let's see if Jackson will punt it or if Coach Nesbitt will try to go for it. Looks like he's going to go for it.
Yep. Looks like it with 1:49, 8 counting here in the first half. Parson puts a man in motion. He's got a receiver across the middle. He's open for the first down and more. And he doesn't quite get away. That's a touchdown-saving tackle there on Kai Crow. But it'll be a first down with 1:35 to go here before the end of the first half.
I don't know what kid that was that latched onto his ankles, but he was not letting go.
No, that was a touchdown-saving one for sure. Hampton once again. He's going to try to cut, excuse me, that's Crump trying to cut inside. Nothing there particularly. He's going to be about the 25 and stop there. Zach Crump on the carry. Second down and about 8. One of the Tigers goes down, I believe, with a cramp possibly, though I will say that it looks like Malachi Smoot is back on the field. He was injured earlier, so that's good to see him back. So 14-6 here. We'll keep it here with only a minute 13 to go before the end of the first half. And Corey's looking to see if there's any other scores or anything else. Last I saw, Dexter leads Kelly 21-8. 14-0 Crothersville over Scott City at the half.
38-0 Valley over St. John second quarter. Jim, a lot of teams rebuild. Valley reloads.
Well, they absolutely reload. You're exactly right. They are the real deal always. Portageville 20-0 over Malden we still have. Let's see if there's any others.
Confluence Prep 14, Chaffee 10. Again, that East Prairie and TDW Prep out of St. Louis, that was a forfeit. Some field issues arose with TW Prep, and they weren't willing to travel to East Prairie, so they had to forfeit that game according to Misha rules. So that game will not be played, and that was scheduled for tomorrow.
Potosi and Park Hill Central tied at 14 in the second quarter. That, of course, is the district that the Dexter Bearcats are in. Both those teams are in that. Young man for Cape Central is walking off the field under his own power. That's a good sign. So it'll be second down and about 8 for the second and 9 the board has actually for the Indians with 1:13 to go here before halftime. Big series. If Jackson scores and then gets the ball to start the second half, boy, it puts the Tigers in a bad spot.
And they come out the second half and move the ball as well as they have this first half. They can go up 3 touchdowns here.
Absolutely. Drew Parsons, the junior quarterback, calls out, gets his line down. Now calls out the signals. Puts man in motion. It's handed off to the man in motion. He cuts it back. That's Crow. He cuts it back up the field and is going to have a first down to the 15-yard line. Kai Crow with a carry. They like him from that jet sweep.
And they have so many different weapons, Jim. I mean, we've called Crump. We've called Crow. We've called
the Hampton kid.
The Hampton. They have so many different weapons that can run that ball.
Parsons looks down the field, goes in the corner of the end zone, up and knocked away, incomplete, almost intercepted down there. Good coverage by number 5. That is Cole Geiser, yeah, with good coverage. And I just noticed he just came in on that last play, so good coverage there. Second and 10 with 51 seconds to go. Jackson still with 2 timeouts if they need them. Tarley on to the right side of the field, as is Brockmeyer, I believe. Parsons calls the play. Goes straight back. Pressure, blitz. He gets away from it. He gets the pass off into the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown. Touchdown, Kai Crow with a great touchdown catch, and it's 20-6 Jackson.
Great job by Parsons. He read that well, saw them coming through, broke free, made a play down to Crow in the end zone. Great job by Jackson.
Parsons has made some great plays back there as a quarterback, getting away from the pressure and then keeping his cool and getting the ball down the field. So Crow catches the touchdown pass and then goes back to try to kick the extra point to make it 21-6.
Yeah, and he's a junior, Jim, so we still got another year to see that.
Kick is up, and it is good. So the Jackson Indians, 3 touchdowns. They lead the Cape Central Tigers 21-6 with 42 seconds to go before halftime. We'll take a 30-second break and be back here on Aycorp Sports.
Do you need personalized merchandise? Trying to celebrate the season of that big state run? Then Juju Promotions in New Madrid has you covered. Whether it's heat presses, screen printing, or embroidery, we always have an option that will leave you satisfied and looking your best. With seasonal styles and plenty of accessories, there's something here for everyone. So come in and shop around. You'll be welcome with a smile and leave more fashionable than ever. Call us at 573-748-4040 or visit us in New Madrid.
We're striving to bring you as much high school football and volleyball as we can this season. Next week, we'll have 2 great matchups. They'll be coming to you from Portageville on Monday when Portageville hosts the Clarkton Reindeer, each with only 4 losses on the season. Then Tuesday, a tri-county matchup between the Risco Tigers and North Pemiscot Mustangs. at Wardell. And Friday night will come to you from Scott City, where the Rams will be hosting the Charleston Blue Jays. Right here, Jackson leads 21-6. That is Kai Crow with a touchdown catch, and then a long kickoff here, which will go well deep, 9 yards deep into the end zone. He's a weapon.
I think his kicks are getting longer.
They are. He is absolutely a weapon. I mean, he catches the touchdown pass. He's made a couple of good catches out there, and his kicking has just been fantastic. 3 for 3 on extra points and 4 touchbacks on 4 kickoffs. So great start. So we'll see what Central wants to do with 42 seconds to go before halftime here as they trail 21-6. And the Cape Central crowd in front of us a little bit stunned, Corey.
They've quietened down a lot. I'm going to be honest, Jim. I'm kind of stunned. Not that I didn't think that Jackson would take a lead, but I just thought it would be a little bit closer.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised as well that Jackson's been able to move the football so well against the Cape Central defense.
You called Dexter a lot last week.
I have. Yeah, I did. You're right. Run up the middle. He gets an opening. That's Boyd. He tries to cut outside. He's going to be brought down at the 35 after a pickup of about 15 yards. So 1st and 10 for the Tigers. 34 seconds to go before halftime. Clock restarts. Pittman in the backfield. Takes a snap and just will ground the football, so it'll be 2nd down and 10.
It's like there's a penalty flag over on the far side.
See what it's going to be.
Illegal shift, maybe. Let's see.
Illegal substitution, is that what that is?
Illegal substitution.
So a 5-yard pickup for the Tigers there. Take it out to about the 40.
I guess maybe somebody wasn't out in time.
I would assume you had 12 on the field maybe. Would that be right?
Yeah.
For that?
I didn't catch somebody trying to leave the game, though. Normally you'll kind of see them running. But
So Pittman with Boyd and Thomas with him in the backfield. 1 wide right, 1 wide left. Reset the play clock here. Game clock is at 27 seconds. Pittman looks, takes the snap, gives it off to Boyd. Once again, not much there, the defensive line. And the thing that's impressed me, that defensive line, they're playing a 3-man front.
yes.
You know.
And they're all over the football.
Right, exactly right. Cape Central calls a timeout. We'll keep it right here, but it's been surprising to me. I would have thought they might have filled the box up, put 8 guys close to the line of scrimmage. They've not done that. They've just played their basic defense.
Yep. And it looks like 2 tackles, a nose guard, and those guys are getting in the backfield. They're making sacks. They're coming out here. They're making stops on sweeps. Very good defensive front for Jackson.
I don't know how much this plays into it, but they may have read in the press a little bit about how their Central's defense has been fantastic and theirs has been, so-so, and maybe they're trying to make a little statement here.
That's right. And they've definitely made one this first half. I will say that.
No question. I mean, certainly the game is not over. Cape Central's got a lot of firepower, but it's been a very outstanding defensive effort, and honestly, an outstanding offensive effort for the Indians as well so far. 21-6, 20 seconds to go here. 2nd and 3 for the Tigers from their own 42.
And they're 1 point away from scoring as many points as Cape has scored on them in 5 games.
Yeah, that's a great perspective to it. Pittman with the pass. He's got a receiver, and it's caught. And he's out to the Jackson 43-yard line. 16 seconds to go. They've got 1 timeout left. Clock will restart here. It does. Pittman takes it and spikes it to stop the clock, so it'll bring up 2nd down and 10 from the 43. I don't know what kind of place kicker the Tigers had. It seems like I've read that he's got a big leg, but so we'll see if they can get down in field goal range.
Yeah, normally what we've noticed with a lot of the bigger schools is they have great kickers that can come in and kind of pull a couple points for them whenever they need it. Something different we see than we do in smaller schools.
Pittman, Thomas in motion. He's going to fake to him. Pittman looks. Now he's under some pressure. He's going to have to run it. He gets it off to Thomas. He's at the 40, the 35, the 30, and he's going to step out of bounds with 3 seconds before halftime at the 27-yard line.
Smart move to step out of bounds.
Yeah, it really was. He could have picked up 3 more yards, but would have run the clock out. So good job by by Thomas there to get out of
bringing in their
bounds.
kicking team.
They are. So we'll see what kind of leg this young man has got. It'll be about a 43, 44-yard field goal attempt probably.
It's going to be Charlton, it looks like.
Yep,
maybe.
Joey Charlton. He'll set the tee at the 34, so it'll be a 44-yard field goal attempt. Right now, there is the holder. So we'll see how this all how it plays out. This will be by far the farthest field goal we've seen attempted this year for us, at least. Snap is down, kick is up.
Good.
Man, he had no good. Going to be a little wide. Thought that was
right.
good. Just pushed it right. He had gobs of leg, but it is no good. So we're going to go to halftime. It is the Jackson Indians 21 and the Cape Central Tigers 6. We'll take a halftime break. We'll be back with the second half in just a little bit here on Aycorp Sports.
Thank you. Thank you for letting us be a part of your family and for trusting us with the ones you love the most. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of those lifelong memories. Thank you for taking us on the job and for putting us to work. Thank you for choosing us for your first vehicle and for every vehicle after. Thank you for trusting us for 70 years.
At Young Real Estate, we understand the importance of face-to-face interactions. Our experienced agents are here to listen to your needs and personalize your home buying or selling experience. But we also recognize the power of technology. Young Real Estate offers virtual showings, allowing you to explore properties from the comfort of your own home. Young Real Estate, where technology meets a personal touch. Your dreams, our expertise. Contact us today and let's make your dream home a reality.
At First State Bank & Trust, your future matters to us. Whether opening your first checking account or growing savings for the future, we're here to help with innovative tools and personalized service. FSBT offers a range of deposit options to fit your needs. For nearly a century, we've been committed to the financial needs of our local customers. Secure your future with a bank that's been trusted for generations of families in Southeast Missouri. First State Bank & Trust. Your money, your future, your bank. For 90 years. Member FDIC.
What First State Community Bank means to me is, it says it in its name, community.
We're family, we care about one another, whether it's in our SEMO markets or we can reach out to someone in Farmington, Columbia. They're always there to assist.
We are very customer focused. Our employees do a great job with listening to the customers.
The tellers know 100% of all customers by their name.
If you want to feel at home, then walk into the doors of First State Community Bank.
The best things in life never change. They just get better, like Hardee's Original Bag. Back and better than ever. Just $6.99. Mix and match any 2 full-size favorites. A juicy charbroiled double cheeseburger, melty hot ham and cheese sandwich, or crispy hand-breaded chicken tender wrap. Any 2 plus fries and a drink, all just $6.99. Hardee's Original Bag. Loaded with handcrafted goodness. It's the greatest meal deal for your buck.
Senator Jason Bean is proud to represent Southeast Missouri and the Boot Heel in the Missouri Senate. High school football is a positive avenue for our student athletes to build character, compete, and grow. Senator Jason Bean wishes all our student athletes and coaches a successful season.
Do you need personalized merchandise? Trying to celebrate the season of that big state run? Then Juju Promotions in New Madrid has you covered. Whether it's heat presses, screen printing, or embroidery, we always have an option that will leave you satisfied and looking your best. With seasonal styles and plenty of accessories, there's something here for everyone. So come in and shop around. You'll be welcome with a smile and leave more fashionable than ever. Call us at 573-748-4040 or visit us in New Madrid.
We're right here at King Jerry Lawler's Hall of Fame Bar and Grill on world-famous Beale Street, and as you can see, oh my gosh, we have the best barbecue ribs in Memphis. Oh my gosh, the gumbo is out of this world, but you gotta try the King's Triple Decker Slam Burger. You'll love it.
Mathis Funeral Home of Dexter and Bernie strives to provide their community with the accommodations and services needed to relieve your family during times of loss. For more information, give them a call and see how Mathis Funeral Home can help meet your expectations in celebrating your loved ones.
My name is Kevin Rossville. I'm a farmer from Prairie County, Arkansas. Been farming since 1991. Started farming with my father-in-law when I got married. We've been raising rice ever since. We've all been looking for something for a change for years. And I think this 263L is going to be the next and up-and-coming thing for us. It's really going to work well on a lot of different ground and a lot of different farms around here.
Dynagrow 263L, available exclusively at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
At SEMO Health Network, we strive to provide caring and affordable health care while making our patients feel welcome in our warm and friendly atmosphere. With locations throughout Southeast Missouri, we provide medical, dental, OB, and behavioral health services to anyone and everyone that may need it. Visit SEMO Health Network for your wellness exams, COVID and flu vaccinations, lab services, dental exams, counseling, and more. For more information, visit our website and let SEMO Health Network take care of you.
Thank you. Thank you for letting us be a part of your family and for trusting us with the ones you love the most. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of those lifelong memories. Thank you for taking us on the job and for putting us to work. Thank you for choosing us for your first vehicle and for every vehicle after. Thank you for trusting us for 70 years.
At Young Real Estate, we understand the importance of face-to-face interactions. Our experienced agents are here to listen to your needs and personalize your home buying or selling experience. But we also recognize the power of technology. Young Real Estate offers virtual showings, allowing you to explore properties from the comfort of your own home. Young Real Estate, where technology meets a personal touch. Your dreams, our expertise. Contact us today and let's make your dream home a reality.
At First State Bank and Trust, your future matters to us. Whether opening your first checking account or growing savings for the future, we're here to help with innovative tools and personalized service. FSBT offers a range of deposit options to fit your needs. For nearly a century, we've been committed to the financial needs of our local customers. Secure your future with a bank that's been trusted for generations of families in Southeast Missouri. First State Bank and Trust. Your money, your future, your bank. For 90 years. Member FDIC.
What First State Community Bank means to me is, it says it in its name, community.
We're family, we care about one another, whether it's in our SEMO markets or we can reach out to someone in Farmington, Columbia. They're always there to assist.
We are very customer focused. Our employees do a great job with listening to the customers.
The tellers know 100% of all customers by their name.
If you want to feel at home, then walk into the doors of First State Community Bank.
The best things in life never change. They just get better, like Hardee's Original Bag. Back and better than ever. Just $6.99. Mix and match any two full-size favorites. A juicy charbroiled double cheeseburger, melty hot ham and cheese sandwich, or crispy hand-breaded chicken tender wrap. Any two plus fries and a drink, all just $6.99. Hardee's Original Bag, loaded with handcrafted goodness. It's the greatest meal deal for your buck.
Senator Jason Bean is proud to represent Southeast Missouri and the Boot Heel in the Missouri Senate. High school football is a positive avenue for our student athletes to build character, compete, and grow. Senator Jason Bean wishes all our student athletes and coaches a successful season.
Do you need personalized merchandise? Trying to celebrate the season of that big state run? Then Juju Promotions in New Madrid has you covered. Whether it's heat presses, screen printing, or embroidery, we always have an option that will leave you satisfied and looking your best. With seasonal styles and plenty of accessories, there's something here for everyone. So come in and shop around. You'll be welcome with a smile and leave more fashionable than ever. Call us at 573-748-4040 or visit us in New Madrid.
We're right here at King Jerry Lawler's Hall of Fame Bar and Grill on world famous Beale Street, and as you can see, oh my gosh, we have the best barbecue ribs in Memphis. Oh my gosh, the gumbo is out of this world, but you gotta try the King's Triple Decker Slam Burger. You'll love it.
Mathis Funeral Home of Dexter and Bernie strives to provide their community with the accommodations and services needed to relieve your family during times of loss. For more information, give them a call and see how Mathis Funeral Home can help meet your expectations in celebrating your loved ones.
My name is Kevin Rossville. I'm a farmer from Prairie County, Arkansas. Been farming since 1991. Started farming with my father-in-law when I got married. We've been raising rice ever since. We've all been looking for something for a change for years. And I think this 263L is going to be the next and up-and-coming thing for us. It's really going to work well on a lot of different ground and a lot of different farms around here.
Dynagrow 263L, available exclusively at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
At SEMO Health Network, we strive to provide caring and affordable health care while making our patients feel welcome in our warm and friendly atmosphere. With locations throughout Southeast Missouri, we provide medical, dental, OB, and behavioral health services to anyone and everyone that may need it. Visit SEMO Health Network for your wellness exams, COVID and flu vaccinations, lab services, dental exams, counseling, and more. For more information, visit our website and let SEMO Health Network take care of you.
Thank you. Thank you for letting us be a part of your family and for trusting us with the ones you love the most. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of those lifelong memories. Thank you for taking us on the job and for putting us to work. Thank you for choosing us for your first vehicle and for every vehicle after. Thank you for trusting us for 70 years.
At Young Real Estate, we understand the importance of face-to-face interactions. Our experienced agents are here to listen to your needs and personalize your home buying or selling experience. But we also recognize the power of technology. Young Real Estate offers virtual showings, allowing you to explore properties from the comfort of your own home. Young Real Estate, where technology meets a personal touch. Your dreams, our expertise. Contact us today and let's make your dream home a reality.
At First State Bank and Trust, your future matters to us. Whether opening your first checking account or growing savings for the future, we're here to help with innovative tools and personalized service. FSBT offers a range of deposit options to fit your needs. For nearly a century, we've been committed to the financial needs of our local customers. Secure your future with a bank that's been trusted for generations of families in Southeast Missouri. First State Bank and Trust. Your money, your future, your bank. For 90 years. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Cape Central High School, where we're at halftime and the Jackson Indians lead the Cape Central Tigers 21-6. Jim Riker and Corey Sisk alongside. And Corey, man, that first half, it was a story of Drew Parsons running the offense to a charm for Jackson and their defensive line for Jackson really containing Cape Central's running game.
Yeah, Drew Parsons did an awesome job running the Jackson offense. Of course, I like the no-huddle, the hurry-up style offense. I think they ran that to perfection. Those three defensive linemen, defensive front there for Jackson, has really, I would say, passed the Cape Central offensive test. They've done a good job at containing Cape. Jim, normally we talk about what do you think they're going to do different, this, that. I think Jackson's going to come out and do exactly what they did in the first half. It worked for them. The old saying, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Offensively and defensively. Cape, Jim, I don't have an answer. They tried to throw it. Jackson was there. They tried to run it. Jackson's been there. Kent Gibbs, I'm sure, has been in this long enough. Like I said, he's a Hall of Fame coach or future Hall of Fame coach. I know he's got something up his sleeve. I just don't have an answer to what they may be able to do differently to get something going on offense and defense.
Yeah, they've really – Cape Central has not been able to get the ball run up the middle very well whatsoever. Their only score on a long screen pass on the first possession they had. And really, they've not been able to get Thomas outside very well as well. So if you can't do either one of those, it creates a problem. Pittman ran the ball pretty well to start off with. I think we've established that Central's passing game is not their strength. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not their strength probably. And defensively, do they have to find a way to put more pressure on Drew Parsons, even though he sort of stepped around it pretty well? But you're going to have to get some pressure, it seems like, from your linebackers or something, maybe a safety blitz or something to get something going there.
Yeah, I mean, there was times in that first half that the pressure on Drew Parsons was there. I feel like the kid's got eyes in the back of his head because they would come from behind him and he would see them, take off, throw the ball, something. I mean, so they got to figure out a way to put maybe more pressure on Parsons to kind of slow that explosiveness of his down. But then you got to think of the other weapons that he's got. Crump, Crow, the Hampton, Jalen Hampton. All those guys. And then as we've seen, he's came out and hit Turley quite a bit. I mean, Jackson's just got so many offensive weapons. I mean, it's hard to focus on just one. It really is. If you start focusing too much on Parsons, he's going to start throwing that little dump pass, little screen passes. I don't have an answer for Cape Central at this point. I don't know what they can do differently the second half and the first half to try to get something going for them. It seems like everything they threw at Jackson had an answer for.
Yeah, you're right. Between Kai Crow and Evan Turley, Jackson has two really nice receivers out there who are quick, who can run good routes, get open. If they only had one receiver, well, it would be, pretty. Maybe you could double him up or something. But with two, that makes it really difficult.
Yes.
So it'll be interesting to see here as Jackson will get the ball to start the second half. Central, this is a big possession. They need to get a stop. I think in this first possession and get the ball back and put some points on the board to get things righted a little bit.
I agree.
So from around the area, Crothersville leads Scott City 14-0. Portageville over Malden in the second quarter, 20-0. Dexter 29-8 over Kelly at halftime. Of course, here we've got the Jackson team leading. Poplar Bluff over Sykeston, 13-6 in the second quarter. I know there's some other scores from around the area, so it'll be
Perryville and Jefferson are tied at 21 each. Valley's just running away from St. John. It's 47-0 at halftime.
Yeah, that Valley, they the one loss to St. Vincent's, and they've come back with a vengeance. They handled Crothersville, a good team last week, and are handling a Class 3 school in St. Jean this week. Jory Charlton to kick off for the Tigers here as we start the second half. He puts his foot into it. It is deep, and it'll come down at about the 5. Out to the 10, 15, 20, 25, and just short of the 30-yard line. That was Jalen Hampton on the return. He'll take it out to the 28, and the Indians will start their 1st and 10. And as we talked about, Corey, I'm quite sure that Coach Nesbitt will come back out in that hurry-up offense.
Hurry up, no huddle offense. I don't know if that's some type of fog machine they got going on over there, but it's it smells like baby powder, kind of, maybe. I don't know. It definitely can't see that side of the student section.
Now Hampton gets it up to the 31 on the carry, so it'll bring up a 2nd down and about 7 for the Indians. They have Turley and Brockmeyer to the left side. Parsons gives it off a fake, and across the middle, caught, and enough for a just short of the 1st down. I believe that will be Turley with the catch. And he's had a number of them tonight, so it'll bring up 3rd down and about 1 for the Indians here from the from their own 37. Hand off to Hampton. He gets the 1st down and more. He's to the 50. He's to the 45, to the 40, and brought down at about the 38-yard line. And that's a 1st down for Jalen Hampton and the Jackson Indians.
The little Travis Kelce 1st down pose there after his run. This kid, Jim, he's 5'7", 165. He's a sophomore, but he runs like he's 6'5" and 300 pounds. You cannot tell he's small.
You're
by the way
exactly
he
right.
runs.
He's averaged 8 yards a carry before tonight in the first 5 games, and has got that plus here tonight. Crump in the backfield now. They give it off to him. He's going to be hit in the backfield. He gets away from the tackle, though, but then is mobbed by the defenders of Cape Central. There'll be no pickup whatsoever there. One of the players over there, Malachi Smoot, for the Tigers. So 2nd down, a loss of about 1, so 2nd and 11. Parsons will bring them back to the line of scrimmage. Fakes to Crump. He gives it to Crump. Crump gets outside. He's going to be brought down by Smoot once again, and that's going to be at the 35 now. The Tigers will bring up 3rd down and about 7. And I would assume the way Jackson has gone, Corey, if they get to a 4th down, that Coach Nesbitt will go for it.
I imagine he would. I imagine you're right. I think he would probably go for it in this instance. He's moved the ball, 4 plays and moved it very well so far.
Absolutely. Jackson looks to the sideline. Parsons gets the call from the bench. He puts Crump on his right side. He keeps it himself. He's to the 30, to the 25, down to about the 22. Be brought down there, but it'll be a 1st down for the Indians. Just a keeper that time by Drew Parsons for the 1st down. Good play call.
Jackson's run game is just they're attacking those inside backers. I just don't have an answer for them.
Parsons looks to pass all sorts of time. Looks now, he's flushed out of the pocket a little bit. Back to the 35. He's going to throw it away. That will probably be intentional grounding. I don't know that, but
I believe you're going to be right. Yeah, there's not a receiver in that area, and he kind of threw it out of bounds.
And he threw it left-handed, so that's sort of a giveaway a little bit. I think only a quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs does that typically. So you know.
My quarterback for the Titans would just hand it through him.
There you go. It is intentional grounding. So it'll go back. It'll be a penalty. And that was the first time we've seen Parsons really make a bad decision under duress all night. He did such a nice job in that first half.
It'd almost been better off just to kind of take the sack there
right
in that instance.
Absolutely. So that'll be from the spot of the foul, too. So that'll move it all the way back to the 43-yard line. So that's going to bring up about a 2nd down and 30-ish, I believe. So a lot to pick up here for the Indians. Parsons by himself in the backfield. He does have Crump split out to the left. He puts him in motion now behind him. Parsons looks, fakes that way. Screen pass, good screen there, but the Tigers read it a little bit better that time, and there'll be a pickup of about 7 or 8 on the play. That
flag
catch was made by Grant Brown, but there is a flag on the play.
Holding,
we'll have that would make sense. Holding on Jackson, so that'll move him back 10 more. So we're talking a 2nd and 40. You got that in your playbook any place?
So I don't think so.
I don't think most coaches would. They're back across to their side of the field right now on a 2nd and 40 coming up for the Indians here. As
almost where they started the
drive.
half.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. So Parsons just wants to pick up part of it here, I would assume. He puts Hampton out to this side now with 3 wide receivers over here. He looks down the field. Central with a little more pressure on him. Wide open in the middle. It's knocked away, almost intercepted by Shelton.
Yeah.
Almost. It'll be a 3rd down and 40 now. And that would have been the kind of play that the Tigers really needed.
Shelton's been a pretty he's a pretty good little linebacker for the Cape. I mean, he's been on several tackles. He's deflected that pass. But, yeah, you're right. That's a play they needed.
Parsons hands it off up the middle. He's going to be tackled there. That will go to Hampton, I believe, and it will be a 4th down now for the Indians from the Cape Central 49, so they'll bring the punt team on.
Surprised to see a run play there.
Yeah, a little bit. I think he was just trying to get it far enough, maybe give his kicker some room here. I believe that to be Grant Brown that is punting for the Indians. Thomas back deep for the Tigers. Good punt, going to roll down inside the 10, and Thomas takes it and steps out of bounds, and that's a dangerous pickup right there.
Yes.
Just when you're down that far, just let it go.
About the 8-yard line.
Right.
Yeah.
So the Tigers will start off from their 8, 1st and 10. They got a defensive stop, though, which they needed with the help of a couple of penalties there, an intentional grounding and a hold, but they got the stop, and now they need a score to get back in this ballgame.
Jim, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the first offensive series for Jackson was a 3-and-out.
That is right.
And then they have not
been stopped, I believe.
Been stopped since. I think they've scored every time they've stepped foot on the field.
I believe that's right. I believe they had a fumble in there.
That's right. They did lose it to a fumble.
Pittman in the backfield with Boyd. See what Jack Central draws up on offense. Pittman looks to throw. He gets it outside to Thomas. Incomplete, overthrown. Be 2nd and 10. He was covered there nicely as it was. And it'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 for the Tigers. I appreciate Thomas wearing that sort of pink under thing. It makes it easy to pick out who he is.
Easy to see him, isn't it?
Absolutely. 2nd down and 10 for the Tigers now from their own 8.
I think there might be a player on the sideline down for Cape.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if the officials are aware of that.
Pittman with the football. He gets out to the 15, to the 20, and he's going to pick up a 1st down for Cape Central out to the 22-yard line. 1st and 10. Pittman in the backfield with Boyd and Thomas. Clock continues to run. 8:17 to go in the 3rd. Pittman takes the snap, gives it off to Boyd. No, keeps it himself, cuts it outside, gets it to the 22. Going to pick up of about 4 on the play, so bring up 2nd down and 6. And I think Cape Central's trying to use Boyd as a decoy as much as anything, maybe.
I think you're right. They're trying to get Jackson to key in on Boyd for something different, maybe with Thompson or maybe a pass.
So 2nd down and 6, or 5, excuse me. 2nd and 5 from the 22.
Yeah, they can't hear us. We're broadcasters.
Thomas gets outside with it. He gets to the 25, to the 30, to the 35, and hit and run out of bounds, and will be a 1st and 10 for the Tigers. 1st and 10 for the Tigers from the 35. So Pittman in the backfield with Boyd and Thomas. Thomas with a nice pickup there. 1st and 10 from the 35. This drive started back at their own 8. Off to Boyd. He runs hard up the middle, gets to about the 41, so he'll pick up about 5 to 6 on that. And bring up 2nd down and 6. And Central's offense looks a little better here in the second half. They've run harder, and having Pittman run, I think, a little bit has opened some of that offense up, Corey.
I agree.
Second and 5 for the Tigers. Once again, Thomas and Boyd split in the backfield. Pittman takes the snap, hands it off to Boyd once again. He's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage. He'll pick up maybe one on that, and it'll be third down for Cape Central. They have really keyed on Keyshawn Boyd tonight.
This second half, they've seemed to really be feeding him the ball more.
So third and about 4 for the Tigers. They split Carter Armstrong to the right side. Pittman in the backfield. He hands it off to Thomas. He's going to try to get outside. He's going to make a cut. He gets the first down and more. He's to the 45 and inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. A great cut there by Thomas to get the first down for the Tigers.
I think they've been keyed in on Boyd, and they just forgot about Thomas being back there.
He makes things happen when he touches the football.
He does. He sure does.
To me, every time he touches it, it's the opportunity to take it to the house. Just under 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Jackson with the 21-6 lead, but the Tigers are driving. Boyd in the backfield. Pittman is split out here, or Thomas split out here to the left. He goes into motion behind, and Pittman takes it himself, and he'll pick up nothing, be at back to the line of scrimmage. I don't know if that was a busted play or if that was a design run.
A little confusion maybe.
Yeah, it certainly looked like it.
Like.
I think as you look at Pittman talk to the bench there, I think there was a little confusion as to what the play was supposed to be maybe. So it'll bring up second down and 10 for the Tigers. Pittman calls out signals. He's got Thomas to the left, Boyd just behind him to the right. He keeps it himself, and really good job by that defensive line and the linebackers of the Indians right there to read that out.
Yeah, Jackson getting back there again. I think they're still in that three front set.
I think they are too. They did a good job right there of not allowing Thomas to get the handoff, and then also still keying on Pittman through that. So it's third down and about 11 or so. Probably a passing situation for the Tigers, not a real comfortable place for them to be. Armstrong out to the right, as is Thomas. Boyd in the backfield. Pittman goes back. He gets some pressure. He looks downfield. He's got a man. It's overthrown. It's intercepted by the Indians. He's to the 40, 45, 50, to the 40, 30, 25, 30, and he's going to be brought down to the 25-yard line. That is Tyson Ford. A 6'2 senior safety with the big pick and return all the way to the 25-yard line.
Yeah, he read that well. We're watching on instant replay right now. Just
a little overthrown.
There. Yeah, nobody there. He gets it. Great field vision, returning it. And
saved
like
by Pittman for the touchdown,
with
yeah.
Touchdown saving grab.
But really good job, and we're going to have a flag on the play at apparently way back here at the 25.
Maybe
well, that's where the interception was. Probably a hold or an illegal, yeah, during the run back, I would say. But the interception should stand.
Holding back.
Yep. So it'll be first down for Jackson, but it goes way back now as opposed to being at the Cape Central 25-yard line.
It'll be a spot foul.
So it'll be at about the 37, I believe.
About
38.
10 yards from where he intercepted it.
Yeah, exactly right. So maybe that's a little bit why he was able to get wide open there, but for the run. But either way, Jackson with a big turnover there for them and stopped the Cape Central drive, and Central really needed some points there with only 4 minutes to go in the third. Parsons hands it off to Hampton. He cuts it back. He carries a man on his back for 10 yards and picks up the first down for a little guy, and I say little 5'7", 165. Hampton runs really, really hard.
He does. He's, like I said, he thinks he's a big guy out there running, and he's just incredible.
He gets it once again. He cuts it back inside. He's going to pick up about 4 or 5 on the play there. Get it down to the Central 46-yard line, and it'll be second down and 5. I've just been impressed with how well Jackson has moved the football during this offensively. both running and passing. They've been able to control that line of scrimmage.
They've definitely controlled the ball.
Keeper there by Parsons. He's going to be tackled at about the 43, 44-yard line, a pickup of about 2 on the play. And Parsons is not, I don't believe, a running quarterback there. I mean, he feels much more comfortable, I think, in the pocket and handing the ball off.
And he's very good in the pocket.
Absolutely.
He's got a good arm.
3rd and about 3. Parsons and the team looks to the sidelines for the signals. 3 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Parsons keeps it himself. Going to be hit at the line, but gets away, gets to the 40, to the 35, to the 30. And he's going to be inside the 30, a first down for the Indians. And that's been the other thing tonight, Corey. The Dexter, I've done that twice now. The Central defense just can't get off the field on 3rd down.
Yeah, I agree. It looks like there's
flag came in there.
Maybe some ejections going on.
Yeah,
maybe.
certainly some unsportsmanlike conduct penalties coming up here, I would think. So we'll see what that call is going to be. But Drew Parsons, after we just said he doesn't run the ball a lot, picks up a big first down.
I think he's got an earpiece in. He heard you.
That's exactly right. Exactly right. So we're waiting to sort out this flag.
I don't know if there was some punches thrown. I don't know what it was. Umpire Jamie Ivey looks a little upset in there.
Yeah, I agree. It looked like he was pretty animated.
Yeah, I'm not sure if maybe during the mix he got hit somehow.
We're going to see what we've got. Writing some numbers down, so that would mean to me
an ejection.
Ejection, yeah. And maybe one from each team. I don't know. We'll see.
At the very least, and unsportsmanlike, they have to They have to report those, even if it's not injections.
So we've got unsportsmanlike conduct on Jackson and unsportsmanlike on Cape Central.
Both
and
ejected.
ejections.
Both ejected.
So we'll see who the ejections are. So it will be a first down for the Indians at the Cape, just inside the Cape 30. Now we're trying to just figure out who is.
What numbers, yeah.
Right. Oh, they're going to move it back now? That play.
So they move it, they'll adjust it. They'll move it back to justify Jackson's penalty, and then they'll move it back to where it was for Cape's penalty.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm not sure who the players were in the mix there.
Yeah, I'm not either. I don't know if it was, well, I don't know. I don't have a clue, to tell you the truth.
I'm going to say maybe Zach Crump for Jackson, only because I saw some teammates grabbing him and pulling him back. But now I can't swear that he was the player that is ejected.
Right. First and 10, Parsons the pass. He's got some pressure. He gets away from it. Going to run the other way now. Still getting pressure. He's going to be hit and brought down for a big loss back at the 42-yard line. Good defensive pressure there by the Tigers. Finally brought down by number 51, Sean Shelton. Good pressure by that defensive front of the Tigers that time.
He tried to make something happen. Parsons tried to get away and make something happen.
So 2nd and 23. He goes straight back to pass. This time he's got time. It's a screen. It's going to be intercepted by the Tigers. Just threw it right into the defensive man's hands pretty much, and it'll be a first down, and the Tigers will take over there. That's going to be big number
29.
29,
28 maybe?
Yeah, Cortez Hopkins, he's defensive end. That would be right. It was a defensive end who made the interception there. So 1st and 10, bad mistake by Jackson there. 1st and 10, Cape Central on the 41-yard line. So a sack and then a intercepted pass on the attempted screen pass, and it's that screen had worked well all night, and Central snuffed it out that time.
Yeah, I think after you throw it over and over, I think you might get a little bit tired of getting them caught. So get out there and snatch it up and see what you can make happen.
So both teams have thrown an interception here. Pittman goes back, looks. It's taken away. He's downfield for it. It's going to be intercepted by Jackson. Thrown short, intercepted. Up the field. He's to the 40 and run out of bounds, and one interception deserves another, I reckon.
That's Gavin, is it Aspal?
Yeah, I believe that's right. And another, and it's the second or third time we've called his name tonight, and it'll be a turnover on Cape Central. And I know I've said it before, but the Central's got to be able to run the football. They just don't throw it very well.
You make a big play like an interception, and then you just turn around and throw it right back away. I mean, yeah, it's
just
frustrating,
a momentum killer.
But you've got to – what you said, their passing game is not their strong point.
Parsons gives it off to Hampton. He's brought down pretty quickly, a gain of about 1 or 2 on the play is all. That's going to be Shelton once again with the tackle for the Tigers, as well as big number 68, Demarion Nunley. Parsons with Hampton with him in the backfield. Goes back to pass. Rolls out. He's got a man downfield deep. It is going to be caught for the touchdown. Turley with the big catch for the touchdown. Went up with the defender and brought it in. That's a big-time catch.
Turley, I don't have sizes for Cape Central, but clearly Turley was the undersized
he was on
competitor in that, and
he
went up over and made a great catch for a touchdown.
Good pump fake there by Parsons, and he just went over, and that ball was thrown only where Turley could catch it. I mean, that was a dandy catch. Kai Crow to attempt the extra point. It is up, and it is good. So we have after 2 interceptions for Cape Central and 1 for Jackson, we have a 28-6 Jackson lead with 1:22 to go in the third quarter. We'll take a 30-second break and be back here on Aycorp Sports.
We're right here at King Jerry Lawler's Hall of Fame Bar and Grill on world-famous Beale Street, and as you can see, oh my gosh, we have the best barbecue ribs in Memphis. Oh my gosh, the gumbo is out of this world, but you gotta try the King's Triple-Decker Slam Burger. You'll love it.
Back at Cape Central High School, Jackson with a big touchdown pass from Drew Parsons to Evan Turley on a great throw and catch. And they lead 28-6 here as we have a minute and 22 seconds to go in the third quarter. Kai Crow to kick off. A couple scores from around the area. Crothersville leads Scott City 20-0 at the end of 3. Dexter with a 42-8 lead over Kelly, and another deep kick by Crow. No return to that. Central will start once again from their own 20, and they've had to try to go 80 yards or more. It seems like every possession almost.
One of their most underrated players, I feel, and we've called his name a lot on offense, but when it comes to kicking, is Kai Crow.
Absolutely.
I don't think they realize how important that kickoff is. Field position is everything to start, and he's not giving Cape Central any chance to return those footballs.
Yeah, Kai Crow has averaged 27 yards a catch during the season. And Turley is not even in one of the top receivers in the area, but boy, he has been tonight.
He has been their top receiver tonight.
Hand off to Boyd. He gets out to about the 25. He runs hard, and he'll go out to about the 27-yard line there. And tackle was made by number 57, and that is Jesse Keller, a 6'1", 285-pound senior. So second down and about 3 for the Tigers.
Got a 29-8 Dexter over Kelly score update. Don't know if we've given that, but 19-0 I've got in New Madrid County Central over Kennett.
Yeah, that was backwards from what I saw a while ago. So second and 3 for the Tigers. They hand it off to Thomas. He tries to get outside. Nothing there. He gets swarmed and pushed out of bounds, and it'll be third down for Cape Central now after a loss of about 3 on that play. They are struggling offensively. Give Jackson's defense a ton of credit tonight. They have controlled both Thomas and Boyd, and no team this season has controlled both of them.
And no team this season has put 28 points up.
Right.
Together. All 5 teams together has not put 28 points up on Cape Central.
Exactly. So Pittman back 3rd and 7 for the Tigers with 24 seconds to go here in the third. He's going to keep it himself. He's going to be hitting the backfield. He's going to be brought down after a short gain to the 28-yard line. 24-yard line, excuse me, and just not much going on for the Tigers offensively. They just can't find anything to happen.
Really struggling. You can see quarterback there. I just drew a blank on his name. Pittman. He's really getting some frustration there. Kind of, it's like he really can't get anything going.
Well, we're at the end of 3 quarters, and it has been all Jackson Indians. It's Jackson 28, Cape Central 6. We'll take a 30-second break, be back with some other scores, and then the 4th quarter of this game here on Aycorp Sports.
Got 53-0 Valley over St. John. It's in the 4th quarter. This game 28-6. Perryville 42. They've come back over Jefferson in the 4th quarter. Confluence Prep still holding the lead over Chaffee in the 3rd quarter, 22-16. Bluff is leading Sykeston at the half, 27-12. Dexter 29-8 over Kelly. St. Vincent is losing to Bayless 20-7.
That's
and
a surprise.
41-0 Porterville over Malden.
And Potosi leads Park Hill Central 26-14 in the 2nd half. Central back to punt. That is Snyder. He's going to get it after a bad snap. He gets it blocked. It's loose and going to fall on it at the 1-yard line. So Jackson with the block punt. That is, see if I can pick up a number as he runs off the field there. Number 7, and that is Brock Reagan with another sophomore with a blocked punt, and this could put it away, Corey.
These sophomores and juniors has really stepped up for this Jackson ball team tonight.
Yeah, they have. The sophomores, they have a really nice sophomore class. Good junior class too, but a nice sophomore class. They're going to be dandies going forward. Jackson 1st and goal on the 2. They give it off. Going to be just short of the goal line, I believe. Yeah, going to be down to about the 1-foot line. That will be Hampton that comes out of there. So it'll bring up 2nd and goal.
Jim, I think for the first time all season, Cape Central crowd is kind of thinning out before the game is over.
I think that's right. Hampton hit again.
He's in.
But he's in for the touchdown. Jalen Hampton, the sophomore, with the touchdown after the blocked punt, and the Indians lead 34-6.
I'm glad that kid got in the end zone tonight. As hard as he's ran, he deserved that touchdown.
Yeah, you're right. He's run the ball hard and not scored, so good for him. He gets in on a hard run there, and now Kai Crow to attempt the extra point. He's been 4 for 4, and he is now 5 for 5. So 35 for Jackson, 6 for Cape Central. I think this score will surprise a lot of people around the area.
Jim, we're about a score away from a running clock here. I did not expect it to be this big of a margin from either team. I didn't think Cape Central would beat Jackson by 30, and I didn't think Jackson would beat Cape Central by 30. I kind of thought it'd be a back-and-forth game, but I'm just as shocked as Cape Central fans are.
Yeah, I am too, Corey. I just thought that this would be a close game, and I really thought this was the year maybe Cape Central was going to get Jackson, but Jackson's saying we're having none of that, and it's 35-6 right now. So Kai Crow to kick off once again. All of his kickoffs have been into the end zone so far for touchbacks. Puts his foot into it. It's good. It's deep. It's going to be returnable this time. That's Thomas with it. He's to the 10. Coverage is pretty good. He tries to get outside. He's going backwards. Great coverage by the Indians on special team, and they're going to run him out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. And, boy, the coverage was really good right there.
So the only kick of the night that was returnable, he didn't even make it to the 20-yard line.
Right.
They were
right. That kick was down to about the 1 or so, and just nothing there. The Jackson kids stayed in their lanes very, very well on that kickoff return. So Jackson Central will take over 1st and 10 on their own 16-yard line, and they trail 35-6 here in the 4th. Pittman in the backfield with Boyd and Thomas. 2 wide receivers split to the right for the Tigers. 3-man front still for Jackson with 1 linebacker up there on the line. Pittman looks to throw it downfield. He throws it. It's long. It's overthrown and incomplete. Intended for Paul Tran.
Is that number 6 for Jackson on the coverage?
That's Alspall again, I think, who had the interception a while ago.
He's about a fingertip away from having a second.
Yeah, it was. So 2nd and 10 for the Tigers. As you mentioned, the crowd's starting to thin out a little bit here at Cape Central. And it was a big crowd here on both sides. The far side of the field, the Jackson fans filled it up. On this side of the field, Cape Central fans.
Jackson fans, they're not going anywhere.
They're going to enjoy all of this.
Seat, yes.
They're going to enjoy all of this. You're right.
They're going to be here for number 9 straight is what it looks like.
Pittman in the backfield. Boyd and Thomas back with him. They give it off to, Pittman keeps it himself. He gets up to about the 22, maybe the 23-yard line. And will bring up a 3rd down and approximately, let's call it 4 for the Tigers here. Cape Central's got a player down, maybe?
Yeah, I think it's a lineman.
Yeah, it looks like it. So we're going to take a quick break here, and he's going to be able to maybe come off under his own power.
You know, I think that's been another issue with Cape tonight is that they've had 3 or 4 injuries that we know of, maybe a cramp or so, and
right.
They just. I don't know if it's something Jackson. I don't know if it's maybe that.
And a lot of these kids haven't had to play 4 quarters all season.
Have it. Yeah, you're right. They have it.
Every game's been a running clock. So in the 4th quarter, you've had your subs in. 3rd and 4th quarter, you had your subs in. So they haven't had to play 4. And it's still a fairly warm night, especially for this time of October. It was in the 80s today. So, so 3rd and about 4 for Cape Central here from their own 22. Pittman takes it, throws it out to Boyd. He makes the catch. He's at the 25. He's to the 30, to the 35, and run out of bounds there at about the 37-yard line. He'll be run out of bounds by Tyson Ford, and it'll bring up a 1st down, though, for the Tigers all the way out to their own 40. Good look here, just a simple little screen, and the wide receivers blocked well. Thomas with a really nice block to free him up and then knocked out of bounds. So 1st and 10.
Yeah, that was a lot like that very first play that Cape ran that he broke it for 82 yards.
Pittman in the backfield, just Boyd back there with him. 2 wides on both sides. Out to Thomas. He makes the catch. He steps back inside. He tries to get outside. He does get outside. He's to the 50, and he's going to run out of bounds at about the 47 or so of the Indians. So 1st down, Cape Central. And the quick pass has worked this last 2 times, Corey.
Yeah, Thomas out, and then on that side just now Boyd. They've hit Boyd. It has seemed to got a little bit something going, but Jim, I think it's too late.
Pittman in the backfield. Thomas and Boyd back there with him. They hand it off up the middle of the field. Going to be a pickup of about 7 or so. That's for Boyd. Now, if you're Cape Central, you've got to be a little concerned because this is the team that's beating you 35-6, and Cardinal Ritter, who's in your district, beat these guys by 40-plus points.
Yes.
So it's got to be a little concerning to you, I would think.
You're definitely concerned if I'm Coach Kent Gibbs. I'm concerned about Cardinal Ritter.
Yeah, I mean that's the class of that district certainly.
They're probably the best football team in the state of Missouri out of all classes.
I would agree with that. I would agree. Thomas in motion. They give it off to Boyd up the middle. He's going to pick up the 1st down into about the 43 or 37 of Jackson. So 1st down for Keyshawn Boyd. Boyd only a junior. Thomas is a senior. Pittman, also the quarterback, is a senior. So they'll be looking for a replacement quarterback next year and another running back.
Looking at some of their roster, they're also sophomore and junior heavy. So I bet that running back replacement's in there somewhere.
I would guess. Pittman keeps it, going to try to run up the middle and picks up about 2.5 or so on the play as the clock continues to run. 8:40 to go here in the ball game. Next week, we have a couple of volleyball games for you. On Monday night, we're going to be at Portageville as they host Clarkton. On Tuesday night, we'll be at Risco and at Wardell, with North Pym host Risco. And the next Friday night, we'll have the Scott City Rams hosting the Charleston Blue Jays. Scott City with a 28-0 loss to Crothersville tonight.
Also, if you haven't checked out our new podcast, SEMO Sports Zone Podcast on Spotify.
Bad pitch, ball's loose. Thomas falls on it. Will bring up third down. That podcast has been. I've enjoyed that every week.
Yeah, they'll record the podcast tomorrow, but it won't air until Monday. And Andrew Moore, David Jenkins, some of our employees here, they talk about everything that happened from that week. Different ball games around the area. They'll break down this game. They'll break down issues, stuff they'd like to see. Just tune into that at 7 a.m. Monday morning.
Pittman goes back to pass. There's a screen set. It's caught. Boyd with it. He's going to get down to just about the 36-yard line or so and bring up a 4th down and 9 for the Tigers.
So maybe Jackson will get a defensive stop here. They've kind of struggled a little bit defensively on this series.
Yeah, Central's moved the ball a little better with these short passes, certainly. And be 4th down. Not too early already to start thinking a little bit about basketball too. We'll start the basketball season on Aycorp Sports over the Friday and Saturday after Thanksgiving at the New Madrid Shootout, but a lot of football to go before then, and volleyball. Boyd in motion. Pittman keeps it. He's going to try to run with it. He's not going to get it. Great open field tackle right there. That is number 23,
maybe?
Yeah, 23, which is Brett Finley. We've not called his name tonight, but that was a beautiful open field tackle.
Yeah, I wish that would have popped up on instant replay because you could not have drawn that out any better.
Absolutely, he really did. And Dexter, 3 times the charm. Cape Central tonight has really struggled. They just have not been able to get that 3rd down or 4th down pickup, and Jackson has done it almost every time they've been on the field. So they hand it off. That's Crump with it, I believe. He runs up. He runs hard. He's going to get out to about the 44-yard line. And that will be a 2nd down now and about 2 for the Indians.
Crump's another one of those runners. He just ran really hard, but he's made some big plays in the receiving court tonight too.
Give it back to Crump. You figure it'll be on the ground a little bit for the Indians here with the clock running. He's going to pick up maybe a yard, so bring up a 3rd down and about 2 or so, 1.5 or 2. And figure Drew Parsons probably won't put the ball in the air again with a 35-6 lead. No reason for it unless they get into a really 3rd and long situation.
Yeah, I think they're just going to. I think Coach Nesbitt's going to keep it on the ground and keep it in bounds.
Parsons in the backfield. Hands it off. It's going to be enough for a 1st down. He just got really lower than the defense did and picked up the 1st down. That was, I believe that was
51 maybe?
On the tackle, I believe that may be right. That was probably Sean Shelton on the tackle once again. And it was Crump on the carry for the 1st down. He just got lower than the defense in that one and to pick up that 1st down. Really nice run from a good fullback there. So they're going to let the clock run down a little bit as the play clock gets down to about 14 or so. And now Parsons will bring them to the line of scrimmage, try to run the play. He takes the snap, hands it off to Crump once again. He gets up and picks up about 3 on the play, bring up 2nd and 7.
Crump's been kind of the go-to in the little short gains, but he's got 2 touchdowns tonight. So.
Right, absolutely. He's picked up that short yardage for him. Hampton back in the ball game for him now on 2nd and 7. Under 5 minutes to go. Well, I think Drew and Dave will have to have a new number 1 on their poll this week.
They've had Cape Central number 1 every week, and rightfully so. I think Jackson said, hold on a second.
That's exactly right. Hampton's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage and brought down immediately, so it'll bring up a 3rd and 7. Yeah, I would assume you would go with
another Cape Tiger down.
Yeah, another timeout, little injury timeout. So I think we'll take a quick break here. It is 35 for Jackson, 6 for Cape Central, 4:23 to go. We'll take a 30-second break and be back here on Aycorp Sports.
My name is Kevin Rossville. I'm a farmer from Prairie County, Arkansas. Been farming since 1991. Started farming with my father-in-law when I got married. We've been raising rice ever since. We've all been looking for something for a change for years. And I think this 263L is going to be the next and up-and-coming thing for us. It's really going to work well on a lot of different ground and a lot of different farms around here.
Dynagro 263L, available exclusively at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
At SEMO Health Network, we strive to provide caring and affordable health care while making our patients feel welcome in our warm and friendly atmosphere. With locations throughout Southeast Missouri, we provide medical, dental, OB, and behavioral health services to anyone and everyone that may need it. Visit SEMO Health Network for your wellness exams, COVID and flu vaccinations, lab services, dental exams, counseling, and more. For more information, visit our website and let SEMO Health Network take care of you.
We're back at Cape Central High School. A young man from Cape Central able to walk off on his own power. That's just good to see. Jackson with the football, 3rd and 7 from the Cape Central 48. They lead 35-6 here in this one, and it's just a matter of sort of what the final score is going to be now, I think. And Coach Nesbitt's got to be very happy with his line play tonight.
I would be if I was Coach Nesbitt. I mean, they've played phenomenal, offensively and defensively.
Parsons back to pass. He's going to air it out deep. He's got Kai Crow down there. It's caught at the 15, to the 10, to the 5, and he's going to be brought down right at the 1-yard line. And, I mean, Parsons hit him in stride.
Kai Crow is a runner. He's a receiver. He's a kicker. And he's a defensive player.
He is. He has had a great night tonight. Like I said, he's down all the way to the 1-yard line, and he'll bring up 1st and goal for the Indians with 4:05 to go here in the ball game and a chance to get a running clock. They give it off to Crump. He is in for the touchdown.
Crump's 3rd score of the night.
I believe last year this game was a 50-0 ball game.
We
if
had
I
a
remember.
flag right in the end zone. I'm not.
So maybe we'll see if it's a blocking penalty or after the play, maybe.
Unsportsmanlike,
yeah,
maybe.
It makes you sort of wonder. We have a
Personal foul.
unsportsmanlike conduct on the Indians. So we'll take it off on the kickoff, I believe is what they're saying, maybe.
Yes, they're going to assess that penalty on the kickoff. You know, you're not hurt here. You're Jackson. You're not hurt here. But those unsportsmanlike, it's never a good time to get them. I don't care if you're winning by 100 or if you're down by 100. An unsportsmanlike penalty, especially after the play's over, a little unnecessary.
Yeah, there's no need for that. You're exactly right. Kai Crow with to kick the extra point or attempt it. Snap is down. Kick is up. He is 6 for 6 on the night, and Jackson leads 42-6 with 3:55 to go. We'll take a quick 30-second break. Be back with the kickoff and maybe some scores from around the region. You're watching high school football on Aycorp Sports. We are back at Cape Central High School, and Corey, you got some scores for us from around?
I got a final from Crothersville and Scott City with Crothersville 28, Scott City nothing. I've got, I don't think it's an updated score, but Bayless still 20-7 over St. Vincent. Portageville 41-0, that was the last half. 48-8, Dexter wins over Kelly. And Perryville is still holding on to a slight lead, 42-36 over Jefferson, and Valley just ran away with it in St. John at 53-0.
So Jackson to kick off here, but they will go back 15, so they'll be kicking off from the 25. I do not believe Kai Crow can kick it that far. He's put the ball in the end zone almost every time tonight, but I don't believe he'll get it done this time.
With that coverage they had on the last kick, he really doesn't need
Right,
to.
you're exactly right. Their coverage was so good. So Crow will kick off. 42-6, Jackson with the lead. And there will be a running clock here when the play starts, I believe. Short pooch kick this time. Going to be run up, hits the ground, bounces, picked up, and taken by Cape Central. The runner is going to be brought down at about the 41-yard line.
Yeah, not much, if any.
Nope, not much going on there. That was Gavin Alspaugh on the carry. So 1st and 10. Cape Central, let's make that at the 39-yard line. And the clock runs. Corey and I will be with you next Friday night from up at Scott City, where they will be taking on the Charleston Blue Jays in a Class II matchup.
And Scott City getting beat 28-0 tonight. They're going to be hungry for a win.
They will be. Pittman rolls out, gets it out. Pass is caught, complete. And that goes to Carter Armstrong. Pickup of about 6 on the play. The week after next, 2 weeks from tonight, we will be at Dexter, as it'll be Park Hills Central and the Dexter Bearcats in what should be a good Class III matchup.
That's 2 top-ranked teams in the state there, too.
It is. It is.
Dexter obviously going to be looking to something to prove from last year.
Pittman rolls out, gets it out. It is caught and complete and out of bounds. And that pass was caught by Paul Tran for a first down. And I think at this point, if I'm Central, I just try to work on that passing game a little bit, improve on it as I get ready for next week.
I would agree. I don't know who
they're at Farmington next week.
So that's going to be another tough one for them.
Right, and then Jackson will be at Sykeston next week. So Jackson will go to 4-2 going into that contest. Cape Central will drop to 5-1. Thomas in motion. Snap goes to Pittman. He rolls out to his right. Looks downfield. He's got Tran once again. He's going to be brought down at about the 41-yard line with 2 minutes to go in the football game. Just picking up 7 or 8. And Jackson's defense doing exactly what you want to do. You just give them the short yardage. Don't give them anything big, and just give them the short yardage and let them move down the field a little bit.
Their defense really hasn't changed a whole lot. Just they're giving up a little bit of yardage, but I think they're just kind of playing back. But they're still, whenever the receiver catches that ball, they're still all over it.
Both Boyd and Thomas in the backfield with Pittman. They give it off to Thomas. He cuts it up to the 45, to the 35, then inside the 30, and he'll have a first down. And the chains will move with 1:20 to go in the ball game.
Him and Blaine Regan look like went a little head-to-head contest there.
Yeah.
See who can get lower than the other.
So 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. This has been all Jackson tonight, both offensively and defensively. 21 points in both quarters halves for the Indians. Cape Central scored on their first possession and haven't got close to the end zone since. Pittman keeps it on the run option, and he gets it to about the 28-yard line. And I would guess most games he's not had to worry about that run option. It's just handed off.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So 2nd and 8.
It's almost like Cape Central kind of got gassed. Or I don't think they were used to having to put up this much of a fight, but it kind of looked like Jackson maybe gassed them a little bit.
Pittman, this could be the last play of the football game here, depending on what transpires. Pittman rolls out to his left. He gets, overthrown, incomplete. So we'll have one more play at least. Just a little overthrown over there to Carter Armstrong.
That may be
it. That will be it. I forget the clock continues to run. That's right. So that will be the ball game. Final score tonight is going to be the Jackson Indians 42. They go to 4-2. The Cape Central Tigers 6. They drop to 5-1. Just a reminder, once again, we'll be on the air Monday night and Tuesday night with volleyball from Monday night from Portageville, Tuesday night from Wardell, North Pemiscot, and then next Friday night, Corey and I will be with you in Scott City, where the Rams will be hosting the Charleston Blue Jays. Corey, any final thoughts on the evening?
I've said it on broadcast several times tonight. I'm shocked. I'm shocked at the score. I'm shocked that it was just so lopsided and one-sided for Jackson. I didn't expect either team to have a running clock, but like they say, any given Sunday, any given Friday,
right?
Anything can happen, and Jackson definitely came ready to play. They've won or controlled this rivalry game for a reason.
Yeah.
And tonight they showed why.
Absolutely right. So the 9th year in a row, the Jackson Indians beat the Cape Central Tigers. Final score here tonight, it is Jackson 42, Cape Central 6. We will see you next Friday night from Scott City here on Aycorp Sports. Good night and God bless.